reviewing that show. We here to review that show. And if we think we can, we can still view that show. All the people be trying to view like us, but you know they can. It's Marty, and that's it.
Review that show, bitch!
Man.
Did you get a chance to see the ENDGAME a second time?
I did. I just got out of it like an hour or two ago.
Oh, so it's fresh.
It is fresh.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna debate, so I'm gonna use this as a meter on whether or not, because every time we do these, I'm like, oh man, I wish you could have seen a second viewing. After watching this one, I was kind of like, I don't know if I needed that second viewing necessarily. Like I picked up on a couple different things, but it's all fresh right now, so.
I felt kind of dumb because I'm like, I watched it the second time and I caught a couple of things I wanted to go check up on, but it wasn't like I saw all these new freaking things when I saw it the second time.
Yeah, I caught like a little bit more of the dialogue because, of course, that opening weekend crowd was like every joke, every nod, every look was a laugh by half the theater, so like I missed a little bit of the dialogue. There's a couple things that was said here and there, but otherwise, yeah, it was kind of. I did enjoy it more. It didn't move my rating up, but I did enjoy it more. Where the first time I was kind of like, can we get this shit going? Like, what is taking so fucking long? And then the second time around, I was able to, I don't know, just like take in the moments. But
that's a funny thing you say that, dog, because the first crowd I was with caught, like you said, every little joke, every little wink, every piece of everything.
Big fans.
And the second crowd, it was cool, you know what I'm saying? But it just was like certain things didn't land on them the same way that I saw the first crowd. It was almost kind of different because I was like, oh shit, y'all didn't catch that. Or y'all didn't, okay, well, I'm laughing. Okay, so whatever.
Well, in the very beginning, like, there are key moments. There's like in the first like 15, 20 minutes, something big happens. And I was waiting for like the response in the second viewing, and it's like, oh, y'all kind of took that, like y'all saw that coming. Maybe they did. But
maybe not.
Maybe not. But like I remember audible,
right?
Noises and words being spoken the first time I saw it. So it was just different experience, but not. I don't know. I guess the hype kind of died down a little bit. Like they still laughed. They were still having a good time.
Or maybe it might have just been that crowd because what I mean. It was packed both times I went. You know what I mean? But it's like I don't know. It just was different. That's all I can say. I went to the same theater both times.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I remember.
Where'd you want to go in Broad? Okay.
Yeah, the first both times was Broad. Yeah.
Which theater do y'all prefer, Broad? Like just in general, or is it like in terms of the theater?
It's convenience, man.
Convenience. Okay.
It's like it's up the street. Like whoop de whoop de whoop. Let me go here, man. It was.
Fair enough. I like Broad actually. I haven't been there since MoviePass, since I cut ties with MoviePass. But I do miss it.
I mean, MoviePass apparently still popping in some kind of way. J.Steel ain't, and she still be getting real films.
I actually use it. And then once I get to my third movie of the month, I think it is, because it's 3 movies a month, I get very angry. So I'm pretty sure I'm about to cross over to the AMC list because I really watch movies.
So the stuff that we looked at, has your plan changed at all? Like, is more movies available now?
Yeah, pretty much anything that comes out, I can go see it.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's definitely changed, but it's still 3 movies a month.
And were you able to see ENDGAME using it?
No, but I mean, I was about to, but I was able to see everything else.
Okay,
everything else with it. So.
All right. Well, okay. So they're more of a reputable. Would you recommend them now? No, still no. Okay.
You have it, then good. Have it, but don't get it.
Don't get it. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, man. Well, before we get into our ENDGAME review and all that, I want to look at a couple of trailers that came out recently. But before all that, welcome to Reviewing Dat Show. It's that actor guy, Mr. Bats, man, representing FlyWithBats Podcast. You get us up at flywithbats@gmail.com. As I always say, we want y'all to be part of the conversation. You dig? Also, man, represent Acting While Black, man. We about to return real soon with some heat. As well as, of course, this show, man. If you want to fuck with us, hit us at reviewingdat@gmail.com. You refer it, we review it, and that's how it goes. You hear me? Eventually. We got you, Peanut. We coming. I mean, it's just ENDGAME, dog. ENDGAME it has to come before end time, but we coming with it. But like, yeah, as usual, man, I'm here with the team, with the crew, with the Reviewing That.
Hi guys, this is J.Steel. I am J.Steel _. You can also catch me on the Misbelief Radio Podcast at TheMisbelief, and also on my food blog at Food Girl Nola. Wait, Fat Girl Nola. Sorry.
See, she with her own joint.
At Fat Girl Nola.
Yeah, that's right. You can find me, Marty, your favorite host, MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. You also want to go to lowrainpictures.com, click on the Your30 tab where I co-host the show there with, what's his name?
Black Actopedia.
That is right, baby. And I co-host the show there with him. It's called Your30 with Marty and the Arrogant Observer. Check it out.
Yeah, man. Arrogant Observer. It's been a while, man. We gonna get up. But yeah, man, I'm reviewing that show, man. Of course, man. The big, me and Marty, we handled that Game of Thrones yesterday. It's already up. So we kind of caught up on the first 3 of season 8.
Something we didn't talk about that came up at work. At the water cooler, as I like to call it.
Is it something that you can say it's not gonna spoil this one that's still in season 7?
Yes.
Yeah, don't spoil me, please.
Actually, it is. Did you have any issues with the lighting in that last episode? We didn't talk about that, but that was an issue. Like I went to 2 different. Like I started in the living room, and then made my way into my office where the computer is, where I could less windows, cut the lights off, looks a little bit better.
Man, one of the cinematographers was like, man, he had this article about him saying it's our fault, it's our TVs that are.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, like what? No, nigga, no. We did talk on it for a brief second. Remember, I said I think that it was dark so they could cover up some of the CG and save themselves when they got 3 dragons flying around. You got the White Walkers and such. So I'm feeling like it must be dark. You know what I mean? So because I feel like. That's the general rule of thumb, man. Like if you're doing some CG shit, it's gonna look better when it's darker because there's less things to freaking And there was so many effects that had to happen in that episode that yes, it was dark, but I felt like they did that for a reason. And fuck what he's saying about it's everybody TV. It was to the point that it became a thing that you had to answer, but. We tripping. Nah, nigga. Y'all made it dark. Y'all just want to take y'all lick on. Y'all was doing some budget shit. I ain't mad though. That show, they look like it take a lot of money to freaking produce. Right, son. And then that whole episode, it was just like, come on, it was 84, 90-minute episode. Fight, carnage. And that's the most we could say right now. Catch the review.
Yeah, that's right.
The J.Steel review, because, she just don't want to catch up with us, man.
I want to catch up. I've been busy. I try so hard. Be busy and then I'll be sleepy. But I love Game of Thrones.
Stuck in season 7.
You're almost there. Putting it in.
I'm doing well.
You're putting it in.
I'm proud of myself.
I got him started on it.
Yeah, but he's like in season 1.
This dude's in season 2, episode 6.
Wait, he's in season 2?
Boy, this motherfucker ate it.
Yeah. Like
he's a binger. Like he a binger, dog. Like you get him started, he get the access. Then he start eating the shit. I told her, boy, he ain't gonna lap her, and then we gonna have him on the reviewing that for the last freaking Game of Thrones. I told my girl Oshun, she could come for the series finale of review, cause Oshun is the reason why we're able to watch it. So it's like, no, girl, come on through.
Right.
When we review the series finale, so that should be fun.
We won't talk. That's no.
And we only got 3 more. 3 more, and that's it.
Yeah,
That's kind of rough.
Yeah, because there's nothing good is gonna come from this point on.
And what's funny is season 7, the one that you're in, is a short season. I think it's 7 episodes. So it's like, you so close. I think that's why I'm giving you shit, because you're so close. It's ridiculous. And so much is happening that it's like, I don't want them spoilers to get you.
It's a lot, though. Yeah. You'll get that.
When we was watching season 7 a second ago before I pressed play, I was like, wow, this did just happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay.
Yeah, it's like I just have to sit down and be silent because I'm like, oh yeah.
But there's this one scene in that episode, I think it was episode 2, that has me joked out. I don't think she even got to it yet, but it's the scene. I'm gonna say it to you, but I'm still not spoil her. Where Missandei, she gonna introduce Danny, and then Davil is gonna introduce John. Now, if you remember what I'm talking about, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. It's funny about that. You heard me? Just think about when Missandei introduced Danny, and then Davos had to do the same, and it was a bit. It was interesting. It was funny to me, but yeah. What I'm about to say, what we about to get into? Oh yeah, so a couple of trailers came out that I wanted to get some of y'all opinions on before we get into that epic ass ENDGAME shit. One of them is this joint that's dropping on Netflix called See You Yesterday. Yeah, so check this out.
When we get this up and running, we gonna be out of here. Stanford, Morehouse, Spelman.
Hey, ring the alarm. Hey, whoa.
This is something Einstein spent his entire life trying to do.
We proved that time travel into the past is possible. If we just give it some time.
It's scary, but you inspire me. You going places, CJ, and since Pops is gone, I gotta make sure that you get there.
I don't need you always playing Big Brother.
I'm the only big brother you've got.
NYPD, don't move!
Calvin Walker, a 19-year-old black teen, was allegedly shot and killed by an NYPD officer. Walker was armed with nothing but a cell phone.
I am so sorry about all of this. If I could go back and fix it, I would.
If we just go back, get them out of there, then he's saved.
We only have so many times to get this right. Everything's gonna need to be perfect.
What's today's date?
June 28th.
Sebastian, this has to work.
We're too late. It's about controlling something we obviously have no control over.
My brother didn't deserve this. Just miss him, yo.
How many times have you jumped back, CJ? We're not superheroes.
Where is the justice?
We can't do this anymore.
We only have 2 jumps left.
Where is the justice for our sons and our daughters? When will it end for the whole nation?
You gotta listen to us. You're going to get killed.
On the ground! On the ground now! Sit down!
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks dope.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this one.
I'm interested in anything that's led by a young black woman who's into science and
I felt like
I had more to
Netflix.
say. I lost my thought. I had so much more to say.
I felt like Netflix heard everybody's like so ready to cancel them.
Yeah.
That they're like, okay, well we gotta hit every demographic. We gotta throw every lifeline we got out there. Being like, let's start getting these movies out.
Give y'all some science fiction, Black American life shit right quick.
That's the thing I'm loving, that it's black people in science fiction, because I mean, that's not a genre that usually has black people, even though we put so much money. We watch a lot of shit with science fiction forever, since been, you hear me? But if we try to think of a movie that has more than 3 or 4 black leads in it that's in the science fiction category, you'd be hard pressed. Right. So the fact that they flipping, and I'm glad they're still allowing the joke to be true about how black people should be making time traveling movies, because we can only go so far back. You see, she ain't going back to slavery or no civil rights and no crazy shit. She going back a few days to save her brother. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Black people with time machines, yeah, we wouldn't go back generations. We go back about a year or two. we'll go back a few moments.
Make a better decision.
Yeah, make a better decision for something real small. Yeah. But the whole concept of it, brother got killed by police, and now you're trying to save him, make it using a time machine that you created, in the way that they just got it is so matter of fact. Like the girl with the time machine, they're like, yes, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, girl, you gotta get out the hood with that shit. It's not like, oh my God, like they about to spend like 55 minutes being in awe of a time machine. They just like, nope. Old girl made it. Right. Let's keep the story moving. She a genius. It is what it is. It's the world we in. So, yeah, I'm really hyping the streak to Netflix. But Netflix is going, man, I'm afraid to see what Netflix becomes in the next decade.
Oh, really?
Nigga.
Okay.
Imagine. So they just produce their own movies, and their movies are the caliber of shit that we used to only see in theaters.
Yeah.
And they do it so regularly. So I'm like, dog, in about 10 years, nigga, y'all gonna just be some other shit.
For me, though, I feel like the movies, like the ones that have like the budget and stuff, Bird Box, and then there's another one I forget. I think it's something like
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch, yeah. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's different. But like the one
Death Note.
Yeah, okay. I'm thinking, what's that movie with Ben
Will
Affleck?
Smith's movie.
Will Smith, like that, like Bright.
Bright. There we go.
Yeah, Bright. And then what's the movie with Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaacs, and
I didn't get to catch that, but I wanted to.
Yeah. See, like I feel like all them movies are kind of missing something. Like I can't quite put my finger on exactly what it is, but it's like something's absent of it that it's, I don't know, maybe it's just be that I'm watching it on Netflix, but it feels like it's something that's like, well, I feel like this could have made it in the theater, but it's missing that one thing.
I think the last time we talked about a straight to Netflix release, I was saying that the Netflix movie feels a step above straight to DVD, but a step below what we're used to in feature films. It's like almost creating its own little lane of...
Exactly.
Because like when you look at the like you said, the budget, when you look at the finished product, it's not like it's shitty. You be like, oh, y'all put money in this though. You know what I mean? But like I said, it don't feel like, I know we've spoke on it before, but it still make me amped to see what they're gonna do, because they're only gonna keep making more money. And the more money that they keep making, I mean, the production quality also is going to go up, because they're going to have, like, look at your boy Bezos. He ain't even paying taxes with that Amazon money. And, nigga, you saw that trailer for The Boys? The Boys, man, it's based on this comic book property. Now, this is what I'm going to catch up on, because I never read it, but I always hear about how crazy and fucking outlandish that comic is, to the point that people thought it'll never be made into a movie, let alone a series. But, you know, Amazon got that Amazon money, man. Peep this shit. It's crazy.
People love superheroes. But if you knew half the shit they get up to. Fucking diabolical. We're the world's greatest superheroes. And I can do whatever the fuck I want. Huh? Who's up for that? That's where I come in.
Come in to do what?
Heart of a lion, fire inside me blaze like a siren.
Spank the bastards.
Wake up the beast, no, I can't keep silent.
How do you spank a superhero?
It's my time, your time is expiring.
Bang.
That's what it is, I conquer my fears, I'm ready to fly now.
Boom.
Cool. Cool.
Hands in the crowd, we tearing it down.
So it's a world where superheroes be get out of fucking line, and he's a goddamn superhero assassin that when they get out of fucking line, he murks them. And I'm like, yeah, it's some crazy shit. And
yeah, they just threw a lot at me just now.
Right, quick, right? And the quality, the production quality,
it's amazing.
it looks great. It's outlandish as fuck. I mean, it's just like, I've always heard about how crazy the actual comic book is, and they're gonna make me watch it just out of nerddom, because I know I'm gonna catch this freaking series because it looks wild, and anything superhero related, you know, niggas gonna watch that.
Right.
But what it look like? Just what? And it's Carl Urban.
That is Carl Urban?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got something?
That's your girl from Sabrina?
Huh?
Is that your girl from Sabrina? Is that Sabrina? Kind of look like on the slick.
No.
It's not? Okay.
I can't tell.
White girls. What you saying?
I don't know what to make of this. I feel like this is definitely one of those things I'll give it a couple, maybe an episode or two to kind of get its legs under it. But I'm not super excited about it right now. But that could change once I get the actual show. And I always think it's also good to go into things with lower expectations. Not super excited, but I am a Prime member, so I'll definitely be checking it out.
Yeah.
At least.
I dig it. I think it's gonna be really cool. It looks like it reminds me of this movie that came out in the 90s that was a really terrible movie, but it was about
Mystery Man?
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say Mystery Man.
But if Mystery Man was done properly.
Oh, right, fair enough.
This looks like.
If it wasn't a comedy.
Take it seriously, yeah.
Well, I guess if it was a better comedy, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
I love all time. I love when people subvert genres, like how they doing. Because right now, we got this comic book hero shit, we got the superhero shit. I'm loving it. But the flip of it's a flip. The superheroes seem like the villains in this situation, and the fact that he's putting them in line. I think the concept has legs, even if the teaser wasn't left more to be desired. The concept has legs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But speaking of Will Smith, did y'all see Gemini Man trailer?
No,
yes.
but I keep hearing
Tell me something. Why is it so hard for you to kill this man? He knew every move of mine before I made it. I'd have him right there. Take the shot. I wanna be forever young. And he'd be gone, like a ghost. Do you really wanna live forever? Who is he? You wanna live forever?
I think I know why he's as good as you. He is you.
25 years ago, they made you from me. They chose me because there's never been anybody like me. We have to end this right now. You have all of his gifts without his pain. You made a person out of another person. Then you sent me to kill him. You made a choice to do this to me. This thing that you're struggling with, it's fear. Embrace it and then overcome it. Of all the people in the world to come after me, why would he send you?
I like the technology that they're using too, because that really does look like young Will, or whatever it is they're doing. It's working. I have no other thoughts because this is my first time seeing the preview, but I love Will Smith, so it's definitely something that I'll give a watch. Yeah.
Will need a hit.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
He is that Game of Thrones nigga right here?
Yeah, that's what I was just noticing.
Story about one of the Game of Thrones niggas?
Yep, one of
David Benioff. And Ang Lee. Ang Lee ain't had a hit in a minute neither.
Yeah, he hasn't. It's been a long time.
What was his last movie? I don't even remember the last thing he did.
Like that one with Will Smith. No, that's Shalimar. Never mind. It's After Earth. That's Shalimar. It wasn't Hulk. He did something after Hulk.
Yeah. I mean, Brokeback Mountain was after Hulk.
That's still years ago.
I know. I don't know.
But Will Smith as a solo act, because he used to be hot with the Rock is of today. That's what Will Smith was for us growing up. You know what I mean? You put him in a movie, it's a blockbuster, multi-million, boom. It was summertime Will at all times. Will has not had a hit, a solo, I'm the leading man hit in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
was Focus not a hit?
Focus was mild.
Okay.
It was okay.
It was mild. It got mixed ratings. It was like
it was okay.
Yeah, it was mild. I remember, and I liked Focus, but it wasn't one of those. But it wasn't one of those joints that was like, oh my god! Yeah. I didn't go shout to the hills to tell people to go see it. Yeah, it was like if it come on, it's cool. True. And I would tell nobody, hey, change the channel, nigga. I'm like, oh, yeah, let that Focus run. Let that Focus run.
We can't let this play. I am skeptical because it's Will Smith. Now, while nothing will ever change my love for like kind of his on-screen presence and whatnot, which I always think he nails. I need to see it first. I can't get too excited. It does look great, and it does look like we got some different people together, like Ang Lee and Will Smith. I was like, okay, that's not a pairing I thought I'd hear, but I'm intrigued. Calling Ang Lee a visionary, which he is, but it's just like, okay, this is interesting, y'all. I just can't get excited about it until the movie.
Because, like, to me, okay, his last crowd favorite hit was, here we go, okay, I'm going to go like this. His last generally accepted hit was I Am Legend, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hancock made a lot of money, and a lot of people like Hancock, but it got mixed reviews.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It got mixed reviews, though. You know what I mean? I Am Legend, didn't. I Am Legend was a hit.
Pretty
People
solid,
fucked with it. Boom, boom, boom. No asterisks. You know what I mean? Hancock has an asterisk because it was financially successful, but it got mixed reviews. 7 Pounds is another one. Was not financially was successful, and it got mixed reviews. But then Men in Black 3 was a hit.
Was it?
It made money.
Okay, I like that a lot. I remember it having mixed reviews.
Mixed reviews, again. Because I dug Men in Black 3 as well.
Yeah.
I dug 3 more than 2, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 1 was, of course, the better one.
We got rid of Tommy Lee Jones for the most part, but still.
Dude, your boy Brolin killed that young Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God. You hear me? So Men in Black 3 was technically a hit, but once again, it wasn't, 1, because of Smith, and 2, mixed reviews. Then, he just had then After Earth was a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Then he had a cameo in Anchorman 2, don't count. Winter's Tale, nothing. Focus, don't count. Concussion, it wasn't like a financial success. It wasn't financial.
Yeah, did anybody go see that?
I mean, he got the nomination for the Oscar.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no, that was the problem. They was mad because he couldn't get the
he
nomination.
boycotted,
He got a nomination for something else though off a concussion. I remember
Okay.
It was
maybe like a Golden Globe or something.
Yeah, one of those.
Okay.
Not he didn't win either. He didn't win either. But once again, it wasn't a tip in the hat. Suicide Squad was more ensemble. Collateral Beauty was not successful. And then we have Bright, which was technically a hit.
Oh, that's the one I didn't see. Collateral Beauty.
Yeah.
Anybody see that one?
No.
Okay.
And it didn't get, it wasn't popping for the most part. And then Bright was technically a hit, but it's a Netflix hit. It's not the same as, Will Smith being, box office Will. So when I look at Gemini Man, and I already know Bad Boys 4 gonna be a hit, but it's gonna be more of a nostalgia, more so than it being a Will Smith joint. You know what I mean? Now he gonna get that money and he gonna get praised, but it's gonna be like him and Martin get praised. So when you look at Gemini Man, I'm really, really hoping that my dog, because I grew up a fan of Will. You know what I mean? I'm always rooting for Will. Even when he went through his corny points or his points, I'm like, I ain't feeling this movie. I'm always still rooting for Will. You hear me? Mm-hmm. Gemini Man has the possibility to either be tight or whack. It's a tightrope to me. It's a tightrope walk. And Loop already kind of did it. Just with time travel. This is with cloning. But, Loop already kind of did the concept of you got to kill yourself.
And Loop did it fantastically. So
Fantastically.
To do it any other way would be...
Now with J.Steel, the way his younger self looks and whatever technology they use for that is pretty damn amazing for where they at with it. I'm looking like, damn it, this how Will used to look, yo.
He's like I had a young Jaden mouth. Like, oh wow, it's I see it now. It's like, okay, there it is.
I'm like, all right, so it's one of those ones, man. Like it's I feel like you're gonna see it and either like it or it depends how they play it, but I'm still excited for it, just like Jay said. I'm still excited for it.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be in the building.
Definitely.
I just sometimes you kind of have a better impression of what you're gonna get, and then this is our first trailer, right? Like we may get like 2 more before it's all said and done. So I mean, maybe those will probably give me more to kind of go on and or at least to kind of lean one way or the other. But my thoughts are the next couple of trailers are probably gonna give me things that I don't want to know. I'd rather just go into the movie and be surprised by. So now that I mention it out loud, I'm saying it, I'm thinking it, I'm probably not gonna watch the other 2 trailers if there's anymore.
Shouts out to Clive Owen though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know, right? I haven't seen him in a minute.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Clive Owen.
Me too, dude. I love Clive Owen.
You hear me? Like, if he's in it, I'll give it a shot because he's in it. Because he's a very interesting actor to watch.
I stumbled on him in this movie Closer, and then like after that, my eyes on him.
Closer, so cold. That was the first one that you jumped on him with? What was the first thing I saw Clive on with?
That's the first time I noticed him, dude. And I was like, cause like I was with him through that whole.
So Inside Man came out after Closer?
Yeah.
What about the one when he running and gunning? Children of Men? After Closer?
Yeah. All of that is after. I know what you did.
I'm trying to see. Now I'm about to go to his. I'm gonna go to his IMDb because, dude, I fuck with him, dog. But
he probably did have something.
Closer was cold. So like I remember this. But you know it was a play, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I didn't find it out till like maybe a year or two later, but or at least sometime when I was in college.
74 credits. But I'd be so impressed by motherfuckers with all these credits. King Arthur came before Closer.
Yeah, see, but I didn't pay
Born
attention
Identity.
He wasn't a Born Identity. Like he was a small bit.
Gospel Park, Star, Followed, Chosen, Ambush, The Echo. You might be right, though.
Yeah.
I might have noticed him in Closer. I feel like I saw him as something else first, even if Closer came out first.
You've seen him. He had bit like that was like.
No, I didn't see any of these movies, any of this other shit.
Okay,
that they're showing him in, except for Born Identity and
The Rich Man's Wife, that Halle Berry terrible movie.
Didn't see that. I saw Born Identity, and I think I may have seen Born Identity before I saw Closer, but didn't think about him that much. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like these three put me on him really. Inside Man, Children of Men, Shoot 'Em Up. I liked all three of those.
Did you like Shoot 'Em Up?
I like Shoot 'Em Up because of him.
I didn't like it the first time I saw it. Like I saw it in theaters and didn't really dig it, but I dug it later on when I came across it on TV.
Well, he murdered both Closer and Inside Man. Like,
yes, he did.
Like those are two standout joints for him. But yeah. Oh, and one more trailer before we get to ENDGAME. This one's been kind of controversial. Sonic the Hedgehog. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Why?
Oh, you have seen it?
No, I haven't. I'm just trying to figure out why. Yes.
Oh my gosh. So okay, we already have a biased one.
What the?
Gotta go fast.
Minutes ago, an energy surge knocked out power across the entire Pacific Northwest. This needs someone who can figure out exactly what we're dealing with.
You're not suggesting who I think you're suggesting.
We have no choice.
What the? Are you in charge here?
Yes, I am.
Nope!
I'm
wrong. I'm in charge.
Allow me to clarify. In a sequentially ranked hierarchy based on level of critical importance, the disparity between us is too vast to quantify. Agent Stone?
The doctor thinks you're basic.
Listen, pal, I don't know if you realize
I'm sorry, Major. What was your name?
Benny. Nobody cares! SFPD!
Meow? Oh, come on.
Okay, pal, I want answers.
Basically, it looks like I'm gonna have to save your planet.
Oh, is that all you got?
No, but thank you for asking.
Uh-oh.
Whatever this creature is, our job is to secure it, neutralize it, see what makes it tick.
Look at this! I took 9 million steps today.
Stay in there and be quiet. How much longer? I can't breathe in here.
Do you have your child in that bag?
No. I mean, yes, it's a child, but it's not mine.
It's not your child.
Smells like body spray in an old ham sandwich.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Alright. There's only certain parts of
Huh? What'd you say? I can't hear you.
There's only certain parts of the reasons why I would even want to go see that movie. I guess nostalgia and Jim Carrey, and that's about it.
I didn't own a Sega.
Oh, so you have no connection to Sonic?
Oh man.
I've played it before. Don't get me wrong. When you're a kid and you go by other kids' house who have a Sega, you play that a lot. Yeah, I have a little bit of connection with them. None of this sort of excites me at all. I'll probably, unless the reviews on this are rave, I'll probably sit this one out.
A lot of the super fans are mad he don't have gloves and mad his eyes don't look the same. They got a bunch of cosmetic issues with it.
Okay.
But I had a Sega, man, and I used to watch the old cartoon and
I used to watch the old cartoon. Okay,
fuck this trailer. I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it. Like, okay, it's like I wanted to like it. It's like, okay, one thing I don't like that pisses me off about this trailer is, okay, I get throughout the past few years in our generation, we'll put the opposite music with the tone of the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and a lot of times they use some gangster rap music and they put it with some light shit. They try to make something cute, right? And I'm not gonna lie, it works more times than it doesn't. It didn't work for this.
Yeah, it was weird.
It didn't work. To me, almost like the Gangsta's Paradise shit did not match. And the thing is, everything that Sonic said kind of blew me. I think they should have a better voice. Like the voice in the cartoon, he was like Sonic. Like this nigga just seemed like square. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to be the Ferris Bueller type nigga, but he's trying to be the Ferris Bueller type nigga. But like Sonic was like kind of just a cool cat, you know what I mean? And I feel like
Lil White did his voice.
Really didn't know.
Yeah.
But like it's almost like, okay, what's working for that Detective Pikachu movie is Ryan Reynolds is doing the voice, and he's giving Pikachu some swag, some persona, you know what I mean? Something that you would not have ever thought would come out of Pikachu. He's working that. Sonic needed
more interested because of him. Yeah.
Sonic needed somebody like The Rock. You know what I mean? Like somebody that you don't expect to come out his mouth and like to have the voice, the quips and the whatever. Because this nigga talking just seemed like some square ass dude. And I'm like, come on, Sonic's supposed to be like the cool cat, man. And he didn't come across cool. He came across as if he thought he was funny.
Who's doing the voice?
I don't remember.
Yeah, okay.
Don't know.
Right, so,
and at first the Jim Carrey shit was charming, but then it was like Jim Carrey's trying to channel 90s Jim Carrey right now. And it's almost, I'm watching him trying to be him. And it's like, nah, Jim, like, you're still good at what you do. Like, your most recent outings have been great. Like, you know what I mean? But this one just feels like, nope, you're trying to do old you as Dr. Robotnik. And, I mean, he might charm the pants off people.
I feel like, I agree with what you're saying. I think, though, that in a perfect world, this could have played differently. Bad
trailer.
It could have been. I mean, I don't think it's written that well either. But I think that if he had like maybe better quips or just a better scene to cut together or whatever, I think that this might have been fun and refreshing.
Yeah.
But because it just sort of still feels stale.
It feel like they trying. I feel like you're trying to make me feel some kind of way. And I know every trailer is like that. You know what I mean? That's the point of a trailer. But nigga, y'all just exposing your cards, and I'm like. I sat and waited to watch this trailer until I got on the show and I just listened to everybody hating it. But I felt like as soon as I shared that the trailer was out there, people was hating it before they even watched the trailer. So I felt like there's gonna be bias against it just off the fact that people don't like their favorite things, messed with. Yeah. But no, it wasn't a good trailer. Sorry, I thought I was gonna like it. I chuckled a bit at the beginning. I love the flare of the circle rings in the beginning, and
I like that too.
You know what I mean. Yeah. But nah, sorry, Sonny. I might not even watch you.
Do you feel like this? Do you feel like this trailer in any way, like besides like the voice and stuff, like betrayed the property at all? Like,
I mean,
you feel like what other people feel in terms of the cosmetic stuff, like does that?
See, I don't care. See, people be tripping. I don't give a fuck about how you look. Cause honestly, dude, once again, if the voice would have been charming and had some better dialogue,
could have forgave some.
I would have forgiven a lot, but he didn't come across charming, and the trailer came across forced. So that made me go, because it's not like Sonic had the deepest story when you play the game. You're fast ass hedgehog. You got his partner Tails. His enemy turned friend Knuckles come about. He's fast as fuck. He get all the rings. He battles Dr. Robotnik. I don't even think he has even like a princess to save. Sonic is just trying to run fast enough to get enough rings to beat Dr. Robotnik, and that's the most I really remember about Sonic. So you could have added any backdrop of story you wanted to give him as long as he going against Dr. Robotnik, nigga. But you know, you fucked it up off the voice, and then people don't like the look, and then you have a lame trailer. So I don't know what's gonna happen with this property, but unless someone refers us to watch it or asks us in the email to watch it, I don't plan on watching it.
Okay.
So let's get to the end game, man. Fuck it. Without further ado, man, let's get into the realness, man.
God, seems like 1,000 years ago. I fought my way out of that cave, became Iron Man. Realized I loved you. I know I said no more surprises, but I was really hoping to pull off one last one.
The world has changed. None of us can go back. All we can do is our best. And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over.
I saw all these people die. I keep telling everybody they should move on. Some do, but not us.
Even if there's a small chance, we owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
We will. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. I like this one.
Yo.
Yo.
11 years in the making.
11 years in the making before I was even born.
22 films.
Yeah. Dark universe with old niggas.
All right, pause. Okay. We have to make a disclaimer. Jess is high right now off of like doctor's medication.
Oh yeah, I should have said that. That's why.
So she's gonna be more low, and I'm seeing it like starting to take her over. I looked to her and she's just like, yeah, yo, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, let's let niggas know that J.Steel is J.Steel on her own trip right now. But hey, it's gonna make this even more fun.
She
but
ran on her own bus tonight, y'all.
God damn it, guys.
It's a pink bus. And it's got 2 windows.
A bus with 2 windows is kind of scary.
It sounds like a van.
It's a bus.
It sounds like the van to get to pick your ass up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that's how I feel right now. So they get to
So yeah, man. Okay. So well, you know, we got the normal medication we always have, and she is on her own medication.
You know,
but
different stuff.
Yeah, dude. So I don't even know how to begin to even jump into this mammoth of a motherfucker.
So,
yo,
off top, does everybody know their favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe film up until this point? I was thinking about it recently, and I have mine.
I just have a bunch that I like a lot. Okay. I don't know if I have a favorite because when people ask me that, I think of Winter Soldier. I think of Avengers Part 1. Right. I think of Civil War. Okay. I think of I think of Black Panther.
Of course.
I think of Thor 3. You know what I mean? There's certain ones that are just standouts, period. You know what I mean?
I have to take Black Panther out because it's just unfair.
Yeah, that's cultural. I think, like I said, I think of Thor 3. I think of Iron Man 1. Guardians of the Galaxy.
All of them, actually.
Both of them.
Both of them are actually really good.
You know what I mean? So it's like Marvel just been hitting them out the park so much that when you think what's my favorite, that's hard. Which one you riding with though? Is your favorite?
The Hell Medallion that can't be Black Panther would be Iron Man 1.
Iron Man 1. Oh, so Tony's last word, so to speak, was just, they really hit you, huh?
Oh, everything, man. Like I was about to lose it when the little girl said she wanted a hamburger.
I cried that entire.
Because I remember, that Tony loved cheeseburgers. Oh my god! But
I remember I saw that movie like twice, dude. And it's like that. Oh man, yeah, both times too.
One thing I need to see the third time for. I need to see his mug a third time, probably by myself, so I can just really get a good cry out. Because no, see, this would happen. All right, the first time I went, it was me, him, and Joe. You hear me? We go see the bitch at Broad. You hear me? Because, oh my God, like, spoilers, oh my God, people just were sucking when it came to spoilers on my timeline. You hear me? Like, straight up and down. If y'all don't know, this is spoiler territory. Everything gonna be spoiler.
You've had your time.
Right. But, like, dude, I remember this one chick put up Black Widow dies as a freaking status. I remember I came across this dumbass video that showed Tony getting the glove and snapping. Like, I saw all that nigga. Now, luckily, that's the Black Widow dies thing. I had already seen it one time before I saw that. But that video of Tony snapping and Thanos being like, what the fuck? That clip, I was like, oh my God, they tricked me to seeing this clip. So it was like when I saw that clip and people was doing shit, I was like, fuck it. I'm going like right now. Yeah, it was like Thursday at 9 in the morning or some shit. It was like some random ass time, and I'm like, and then he was like, well, let's go at noon. I was like, fine, we gonna go. I gotta go because if someone spoiled real shit, which came to pass, that's why I was so glad I saw it when I saw it. I'm gonna be mad. You heard me? Yeah. So I was already on one scene at the first time, and when I say, like I said earlier, everybody in my theater was just into it every bit. Yeah. And niggas was crying at that motherfucker. Like, so at points I found myself welling up. But, and you know, Raheem and Joe on the side of me, and Joe was, he's a crier. So it was like, but it wasn't about them so much as before anybody shared a piece of a tear, there this white girl sitting next to me, dying.
Yeah.
Dying. Yeah. She cried for happy parts. She cried for sad parts. She cried for parts in the middle. I'm like, dude, I'm not just talking about the, thug tear, because that happened in the second viewing, funny enough, the nigga next to the right. But like, no, it was like audible sigh. You're like, and I'm like, so it's like, it made me kind of self-conscious about my own shit, because I wanted damn it to console this motherfucker who was like dying. You heard me? Right. So I'm like, man, I think the next time I'm going to see it, I could just release like I want to, because this motherfucker driving me nuts, and these two niggas to the left of me, and it's just, now I'm weirded out, and now I'm just self-conscious.
Like I'm in a different space now.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Second time I see the movie, I'm mad again for the first 10, 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Because like on Deadpool, no, fuck that. Son, what's one of the main things that everybody was saying before seeing this movie? What not to do?
Drink a whole lot of soda or whatever, because it's going to be a long movie.
So the second time I'm going to see it, I'm going to see it with J motherfucking Steel.
Hi.
And J motherfucking Steel, right before we go, she's like, I got to go to Whole Foods. And I'm like, I don't want to go to Whole Foods right now, man. The movie about to start like in 20 minutes down. I know it's going to be packed. I don't want to do this mission. She's like, I go to Whole Foods. I know myself. So I'm thinking we're going to Whole Foods just to get some snacks. Right. This motherfucker go to Whole Foods and get some ice cream and a big thing of water. And I'm like, we going to Whole Foods to get water for a 3-hour movie, Jay. I don't think this is the move.
Oh, wait, you're serious? That's really what it was? I was joking.
Son, I was so angry that we were about to be late for the movie to get water. Son, I was mad, son. I was so mad. Then when we get up in that motherfucker, she had all the goodies, all the food, son. That was the shit. But we get up in this motherfucker, horrible seats. So I'm sitting in there like the top. I'm sitting up in there like, when you already in a bad mood.
Right,
it's like
no assigned seating there.
None.
Right.
So it's like, now the movie has to re-win me over, and this time my journey isn't the same, because I'm going into this one, I'm with Jay. I don't care about crying in front of her. I'm ready. I'm like, oh, I'm going to give me a good cry out right now. Mm-hmm. But I kind of started off the whole roller coaster angry. So when it finally run me over, now I'm just kind of observing everything around me, man. And like, one had a black nigga on the right of me that just kept on saying nigga ass shit. But I realized when the movie started making him cry, he had to keep it together and shit. You know what I mean? I laughed. I looked over him one time. Because at one point he made a reference, man, this shit about to make a nigga cry, man. And then I'm like, I turn to my right and I keep watching. And the next thing you know, I hear, and I look.
You let it out, nigga. You let it out.
All I saw was this. Him wiping his eyes. I'm like, yeah, it got you, bro. It's cool. It's cool, son. But once again, it wasn't just the thug cry nigga taking me away from my comfort zone of crying.
It was a crazy drunk.
You know where I'm going with this, Jay. Get it out.
Melanatedly challenged young ladies to the left of us.
To the left of us, dog. This white dude and his old lady, I guess, man, they
were on everything.
But what's funny is they were quiet for a good minute. Like for the long, because as I said, the second this group were way less audible than my first group. Like my first group, we chuckling from the dump, we with it from the dump. And my only problem with the second group at first was there's some people laughing. I could tell they was laughing because they was uncomfortable, so they tried to laugh instead of taking in. No, this some sad shit. This first hour was kind of sad, motherfucker.
Oh, it's real fucking.
But then at some point, I guess is when they got more drunk. They just started making a ruckus.
Oh, and also most theaters do this now, but particularly, don't whatchamacallit do like mixed drinks over there?
Broad theater?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do all the drinks.
Yeah, they do all the drinks. Like most theaters do. I mean, AMC does it too as well.
But I mean, the audience was cool. Like I'm gonna say, by the last hour, that audience started feeling like my first audience. We all was like with it, like you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But it was just so funny that these particular people right next to us got rowdy and extra as the fuck.
Like what were they saying and stuff? Like
they was cursing at the screen in a positive way, but it still was like,
can you shut the fuck
right?
up?
You know what I mean?
No, I feel you though. I feel everything you say.
I feel you, but
like
shut the fuck
real
up.
Shit right now.
Shut the fuck up.
Keep that real shit
to your goddamn self, white people.
You know what I'm saying?
And once again, just like had the little girl crying next to me in the first one, this grown ass man was. He was dying. He was dying.
Crying his eyes out.
Oh my god. He was dying.
It was so like startling that I was crying and I stopped.
See what I'm saying? And that's my point.
Like, oh, baby.
You making me now won't cry because you crying so hard. So once again, I just say all that to say, when I see a third viewing, I might just go by my damn self
and just let it happen.
And sit like
you'll be the guy crying for somebody else's story.
In there. I might let the film just go for like weeks. You know what I mean? So I could hope I'm like one of the only people in the theater. I would just look around and it's sparse. And it's just like, damn, I'm just in this bitch. I got worried about it.
Yep, there you go. 1st of June, man. I'm gonna get my good cry.
Hey, wait, man.
Soon as June comes.
What was the points in the movie that got y'all like that? Made you well up or make the teardrop was yeah.
Okay, I have. You want me to? You got it. It's coming to you.
I should say it now before it leaves me.
Go for it.
Look at her eyes. She's blinking so slowly. Her medication is real. It's real.
So for me, I had a moment where I forgot that they got all the stones back and snapped. And this was the moment where we see basically all of Thanos' army coming down. And they look like they squatted up as buku people or things or whatever the fuck they are. But then you see the super secret golden magic circle from Doctor Strange. And I really, for a second, I had a moment where I forgot that they had the stones and then technically everybody had been brought back. I was just like, what is this?
Good.
Doctor Strange was hiding them all this time. And then I'm like, okay, wait, no. The stones. Jessica. But regardless, that scene for me was like epic.
Yeah.
And then having Black Panther and Shuri come out as some of the first two people, I was like, yes.
Yeah, the first ones you called with the black folks. I
loved it.
Yeah, I loved that.
Both viewings when Spider-Man came, everybody went nuts.
Yeah.
Everybody went nuts.
Okay.
When I was with Jay and when I went saw with Heem,
Interesting.
everybody went nuts.
Yeah.
And I think that's when the thug tip from on the right of me.
Oh, yeah,
Because
we
when he
did.
saw Spider-Man, he was like, yeah, please, Spider-Man. I was like, son, because son was really that bitch by himself, tatted up hoodie. He was just a nigga. This bitch that was ready to see the goddamn movie, dog. So I just was like, I appreciated his character as a person being there. Yeah, man.
Just that whole scene of everybody, these characters that we've grown up with and whose stories we followed for over a decade now. Like to have them all there one time, it's like this is it. I loved it. Shit was epic.
Epic.
Super epic. Another favorite moment for me was when they cut Thanos' fucking head off.
Man, I didn't ask you for the favorite moments. I asked you what moments made you well up.
That made me well up.
Did they really?
I hate him so much. So even though he was useless, when they cut his big, fat, stupid, monologuing ass head off, I was so happy that they cut that big fucking head off. It brought me joy.
I'm gonna counter that in a minute. But what you saying?
First moment for me was when Ant-Man sees his daughter for the first time.
Yo, that was good.
Like that was one of the first times I was kind of like, oh shit, they gonna hit me early.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, they told you it was gonna hit you early at the top, but they told you when they showed you Hawkeye, whole family decimated when the movie first started. We ain't playing with you niggas.
Okay, so I have a confession. When the leaked edit of the movie dropped, like it was like a cell phone viewing of it, right? Like I clicked on it just to check its authenticity and watched like maybe the first 3 or 4 minutes, and that scene was in it, and I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, but the Hawkeye scene was in it, but the interesting thing is you couldn't see the dust because the phone couldn't catch the whole screen. So when he turns around, the daughter's missing. You don't see it, but we know what happened.
But that's how the film play out for the most part too. They show you like very little dust because you already know what went down. You had a dust fucking party in Infinity War, so I feel like they purposely did it more subtle for this scene. Because what's funny is most podcasts I was listening to kind of called that this would be the first scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as soon as it started the movie, the first time that the Russo said straight out that they said they said Hawkeye and Captain America were going to get their just due because Infinity War they had no Hawkeye and it was more Tony and everybody else. Like Cap was there but way more subdued by comparison to Cap is everywhere in this movie. You know what I'm saying? So we already knew coming in that Hawkeye was going to get more love and shit. So when this was part of one of the earlier trailers and teasers, a lot of people was like, man, the movie probably gonna start with his people getting got. So when the movie started, I remember I'm right next to him. I was like, oh fuck. And he just looked at me. I said, don't even worry about it, bro. Because I knew it was like one of those predictions. So that was the only part of the leaked footage. Was that?
No, it was the whole thing, man. I just wanted. I like by the time.
No, I mean before the movie leaked. The limit was like 15 minutes.
Oh, the 4 minutes of.
Oh, it's 4, so that's what it was.
No, I meant like no. That stuff I didn't watch. I watched it. I watched maybe. I did watch a little bit of it, but what it gave away for me when I clicked on it was the scene. It gave away Professor Hulk, for starters, which I was like,
that sucks because that's a great moment when you actually see the movie. Did that reveal the Professor Hulk?
I know. Yeah. That made me stop because I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But by that point, maybe a couple things had been said. So basically, it's the scene where they're trying out the quantum realm travel time.
Oh, and Scott kept on coming back different?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
And it was like, I can't remember what the joke was when he's like, I don't want Tiny here to end up in the 1940s. He's like, yeah, we're joking. He's like, nah, man, this is time travel. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Right.
You think all this shit is a joke? Or
none of it's a joke. You got it, man.
Yeah, you got everything's good.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Well, we gonna get into it. So
with that scene, basically.
Yeah. And
also,
yeah, I'm about to say, go ahead.
There's the scene where, because I watched it later. Spider-Man sees Iron Man for the first time. when he's like, oh yeah, you know you boy, and then he started doing his little circle thing.
And then he gave him a hug.
Yeah.
And that dude, one thing I love, this movie is fan service on steroids because they had so many callbacks to the previous 22 films. Is crazy. Even a moment like that. Remember in Spider-Man Homecoming, Tony go to try to open the door and Peter's like thinking it's a hug. He's like, and Tony like, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
So for it to come back around for that, it was like, and there's so many moments like that where it's a freaking callback, and it's like, if you've been riding and you've been catching up, this ain't the movie for the motherfucker that's seen 1 or 2 movies and then they gonna watch it. No.
This is a super payoff.
This for the fans.
All your time.
This for the fans.
Even you're wondering why did you sit in the theater and watch Dark World? Well, we got a callback for you, and boy, does it.
They made
worth it.
They made Dark World. They made Dark World more important in the post.
Yeah.
Son, their worst movie through this movie, son. They made more important. That whole scene with moms.
Second time I wanted to tear up.
Nigga.
When she's like, darling, I was raised by witches. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I know it's good. Like the future hasn't been good to you, huh, baby?
So
he's like, I'm so from the future.
All of these actors need to get way more props for their actual acting than people are actually giving them. 1, most of the shit's on green screen. 2, a lot of them are dealing with shit that's not really there. 3, from Scarlett Johansson crying by herself to freaking Thor finding, Chris Hemsworth finds that perfect line of the tears of a clown, because that's what we had was going on. We got Thor on his
battling with alcoholism.
Alcoholism and PTSD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like he was a source of humor a majority of the time in the film, but it's this beautiful little balancing that he's doing where you can tell he's making a joke, but this nigga's going through some shit.
Yeah.
He's had the worst happen to him when you look at everybody's shit. You hear me? In part 3 of his movie, Hela killed almost all Asgardians. His mama died in part 2.
Yeah,
his daddy died in part 3. Then Thanos killed a bunch of Asgardians on the ship. Then when he snapped, another batch of Asgardians are dead. And he puts it all on his back because he had the shot to kill Thanos and he didn't cut his head off. Dude, this nigga has a lot going on. And that's what I was saying when we get into the film and they go, track down and they find, Thanos. And I don't want to skip over Tony shit, but just to go to that part you were saying, Jay, I felt like in the context of the movie, it was perfectly anticlimactic when they killed him.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna be the controversial one
to
say that.
But it was on purpose. I think it was on purpose. I think it was like, oh, y'all think it's gonna be this big epic thing? No, you kill him, but then
where do we go from here?
You have nothing.
And you've already shown us that he's coming back, so it's like
not even that
journey.
Not even that they showed us that he coming back. My mind was on like because everybody after the kill was over were depressed because it was a worthless kill. Because the real kick to the stomach is we really have no more hope. He destroyed the stones. So you killing them was like, okay, you killed them and what?
Yeah, he killed them, and then he wasn't like he's like killing a injured dog.
Right, he was already fucked up.
Yeah, he was on his way out, man.
So I was like, it was perfect for the story because it made you really have this feeling of just despair. And for both viewers, when I saw that despair is followed by 5 years later, and the entire audience is almost like 5 years? Nigga, but before we even get to the 5 years later part, how it starts off with Tony and Nebula, who is another standout character in this film.
Yeah. I dug. I don't know if y'all took this moment in like this, but when he's playing the paper football thing with the dope musical intro, I took in the second viewing that because I think I had maybe watched. I can't remember which one of I definitely watched Infinity War, but I watched one of the Guardian movies, and then I just kind of remember like she never won.
She never wins.
Yeah. And like he's like, you won, fair game.
Yep.
And then it takes her a second to take that shit in.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, she finally won. She's like, yes, it was fun.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean?
She won like a champ.
Yeah.
This movie itself humanized her so well to me.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. I overall though, this whole just speaking on this moment here, I guess is fun, but like all this stuff felt inconsequential the second time around because it's like I don't know, you feel like it's gonna, oh man, it's dire, like how are they gonna get out of this? And it's like soon as it seems like it's over, which isn't very far from the beginning, like
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel shows.
I'm saying, but you really think Iron Man's gonna die in the beginning of the movie?
But it's like
when you see it a second time, you kind of catch. So there's so many brushes he had with death though in this film that it's like the third time's a charm type shit. But what you about to say? You say it's so shorthand.
Yeah, it's shorthand. It felt the beginning because it sort of takes advantage of you sort of having these other movies in the chamber. Like you gotta have the Captain Marvel movie and the Captain Marvel stinger sort of in your head for that first couple moments to make sense. Like, well, shit, how did she find him? I was like, oh, well, yeah, she already rallied with the other, but she already rallied with the other team.
Yeah.
And Rocket and stuff knows
that's his ship.
Of where they are.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a little bit easier, but you know, with all that stuff in the chamber, it's like you don't need to waste any time. Just jump right to it.
Fun fact.
Let's get him back to Earth.
Fun fact. She shot this film before she even shot Captain Marvel.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
I know, that's weird, is it not?
That's
so
trippy.
Weird.
Yeah, because this movie been done since like 2017. But one key moment I love, and the thing is, it's not.
She didn't know she was coming to shoot.
So you know
she had no idea she was Captain Marvel. She showed up not knowing she was Captain Marvel.
Dude, and she just had to do her job. Fuck. Tony was the only one that read the whole script.
That is amazing.
But
how does that happen?
But the reason why I don't think this is inconsequential on a second watch is it's specifically character moments. I think seeing Nebula give Tony the last of her food and oxygen and shit, and you know put him in a position like I think that is just once again it's more character moments with specifically Nebula because this movie did a good job of handling people that didn't get the shine that they didn't because Infinity War is also a big movie, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, I dug how they developed. Once again, like to say that they're comic book movies, the character development as well as I said the acting earlier, but they do so well with the like you said the smaller moments as well as the ones that dig the bigger ones. That man, like they need to like award season be tripping. You know what I mean? Like y'all are sleeping on some good shit being done because you're hating on the genre.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. And it's like if we could expand everybody's mind for a second, man, and really just sort of take in these moments. I mean, it's like a lot of groundwork was put into it, so it's like there's a lot of weight there already, but they really execute all of them like perfectly.
I mean, we've seen something
there should be some sort of credit for that.
This has never been done in life. One movie having to cap off 22 like this, a whole saga in and of itself. There's nothing close.
And it's like,
and they pulled it off.
And we all, but you know, the tricky part moving forward is having characters that we're gonna love and want to take this journey with. Like that's really the key of this first phase or whatever we're calling it, this first 10, 11 years.
Yeah,
that's
well,
what that was.
They called it the Infinity Saga.
The Infinity
first
Saga.
3 phases are gonna be known as the Infinity Saga now.
Okay, I don't know. I'll get into that I guess at the end as far as like what they're gonna do moving forward. But like that was sort of a key I think with this sort of landing with everybody. Is that like everybody had somebody they loved and everybody had somebody different. Like I feel like the person who gets the shorthand or at least the short end of the stick the worst is Hulk because goddamn man some interesting shit must be going on when we're not watching him. You know what I'm saying? He always comes back and some interesting shit has happened.
But still, he had some good character moments. Still, though, they knew they juggled a very big cast of stars.
I get it.
You ever see Jumanji? The film Jumanji?
The first one? No, yeah.
No, the one with The Rock, the new one.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
You know the little redhead chick with the shorts?
That's
Nebula. Did not know that.
Oh, okay.
Did not know that. No,
oh,
tripped me out. Yeah, man. Under all that blue, she the chick from Jumanji. But yeah, man. Just so y'all know, J.Steel is in and out of consciousness.
I am, y'all. I'm so sorry.
So
I hear everything.
We're not having a sausage party. When I look to my right, a few of these times her eyes are absolutely closed, like she's in and out of consciousness.
She's so here.
How did you feel when Tony finally got back? Like that image of Captain Marvel bringing the ship down. Captain Marvel was something ain't nobody fuck with, dog. Like throughout this movie, they let us know that's Superman. But like this whole moment of bringing Tony back, Pepper seeing him, is like, how did that all hit you when you first saw it?
So when we first because I believe in the preview, that was one of the main things that they focused on was Tony leaving the message through his head and basically indicating that he's
through his
stuck.
what?
His mask.
His fucking hat. He was talking to his hat, y'all.
the shit goes on his head. So goddamn it, it's a face hat.
It's a damn helmet, woman.
Whatever. He was talking into the face hat.
Good CGI to show him look like he was freaking starving.
Okay, the CGI for that was really good too. Cause I looked at first and I was like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's not real."
Right, but damn.
Cause it's like it looks good, but you could tell that like they had him looking fucked up.
He been a month with no food.
Right.
But
he did such a good job playing this.
And he instantly was like, "Fuck you, Cap." Yeah, you were bad.
Like, don't think I forgot about Civil War, bitch.
Right.
But bitch, you decided not to hit up Cap. They gave you the phone.
You gave me the phone, man.
And he was like, "Bill, we're not speaking to him. I'm just going to speak to myself."
And then you went and jumped on a spaceship.
Come on. What you saying, Jay? My bad. Ooh.
Oh. I was feeling very downtrodden and depressed at first when you could literally see the life leaving Tony and how it's just him and Nebula stuck up there. I think at that point they had said that they had 40 hours left on battery power. Food was basically gone. Water was basically gone. All they had was that little bit of communication through his helmet. And I honestly, at that point, I did not know what to expect. I didn't expect him to make it because I had been low-key kind of dry spoiled. So, like, there were certain things that I thought might happen, but I just didn't know when or how they would play out. And so for him, I figured, I was like, I don't think he's going to last too long. So,
everybody thought that either or both Cap and Tony were going to die in this movie.
Yeah,
that was a talk the whole time.
What I saw.
What you're saying.
And so when Captain Marvel came, I was just like, oh yeah, you are a thing now. Like, after just seeing her movie recently and totally falling in love with everything, the whole Captain Marvel universe, like, having her come and rescue him so nonchalantly, like, what's up, nigga? Like, you look like come on, let's go. I thought that was really dope because I didn't see it coming at all. I also like how before it happened, he said something in his helmet about, I wish I could surprise you right now. I always got surprises, but I don't have a way now. And then she pops up.
And it's so trippy that, like, Tony is really, like, feeling helpless. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's kind of delirious from that trip. He even pulls out his little heart thing and, completely collapses. He's out of it. But he's like, I haven't got no more. Like, to say Tony don't have any more plans, and that's a nigga who got all the plans.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know where that would send. So having a Captain Marvel, she like, look, let's go fuck him up. Let's go. That's what I'm going to do.
Actually, like, Captain Marvel was like, nigga, I'm about to go without y'all.
Yeah, I'm on one.
Like, I don't need y'all.
I'm on one.
Like,
nah.
you gotta do things as a
said,
team.
I'm going to kill Thanos. Okay.
Yeah.
Black Widow and Cap had to kind of ask, can we come too?
As a team around here, you might end up working with us.
Wait, pause. Let me break the fourth wall, guys.
What's up?
Why does Bootleg look so good?
Oh, yeah. The one I saw was a damn phone.
Why this bootleg looking so good?
I mean,
this
is
like we
this is what I saw in my crib, I would have canceled my damn ticket.
My nigga's like, okay, for anybody that might be new listening to the Reviewing Dat Show,
I feel like we just watching a movie.
You ain't taking that. This is the movie. This is it.
No, that's what. Yeah.
It's looking a little too damn good. Now I've been paying my money to see it twice now, so fuck y'all if I got a problem. Yeah. But normally we have the movie playing in the background while we talk about it, and even if it's a movie that's newer, that's why we see it first for real. So if it's some shitty bootleg, then it can play in the back, but we still know what's happening. Like for us, we had a shitty ass bootleg for us. But dude, I'm looking at the screen like, wait, I'm kind of about to start watching the movie and shit. Like, why? Oh God, I have it at my house now. But anyway, Thor been quiet the entire time, and I'm gonna just, we already talked about how basically, man, they go to handle up on Thanos. Thanos say straight up, nigga, I got rid of the stones. He had a good reason. He said, I love the way that he speaks. He said to keep him around would just be temptation. That's all it would inspire. Yeah. And I'm like, oh God, he made a point with his Harvey Dent looking ass, and then Thor chopped it, but again, it was just, And then we go 5 years in the future, and we got Cap still trying to help people. We got one of the Russo brothers with a cameo, and I love the way that he threw in that he was on a date with a guy, like it was just normal, like it should be. That's how you do it in films. You ain't gotta beat a motherfucker over the head all the time, which I don't care if you beat a nigga over the head, because something that people don't get, they feel like they're getting beaten over the head for shit, when it's really like, nope, it's just new for you. You know what I mean? seeing gay people have relationships on freaking TV is new for you. So sometimes you think you get beaten over the head. Nope. You just used to straight shit and you don't realize that gay people, straight shit is beaten over their fucking head. So I love how it just was matter of fact, yeah, me and my dude went out, but everyone's still so depressed. It's still part of the depressing hour of this film.
I have a question though, not to jump too far back, but Tony seemed as though he had like been on that ship for like at least a month.
They said 22 days.
22 days.
22 days.
Ship.
Yeah.
Right. So he comes back and he's out. He's down for the count. They go to get Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
These 22 days later. But when they get to Thanos, Hulk yells out, "You used the stones 2 days ago."
Yeah.
What is he talking about?
That's how they found
creating the world there 2 days ago.
No, man. When old girl said, "I'm a Captain Marvel," was like, "Man, I know a few people. I could ask around for where he at." Right. Nebula was like, "I know exactly where this nigga at. He gonna go to his garden or his farm or whatever the fuck." And then she pulled up the schematic and Rocket pulled up the not Rocket.
Yeah, I think it was Rocket.
Okay, no, I ain't gonna mess up his name because Ratchet is what Sony called him later. Ratchet and Clank, that was fucked up. But Rocket pulled it up and said, "Yeah, man, you can trace like the energy." So they traced that he used it a couple of days prior, and that's how they could. That's the thing. They can always find them, but we find them and then what? But now Captain Marvel superpowered ass like, "Nigga, look at me. Have you seen me?
Look what I do,
nigga." So let's go. So that's basically what happened. Like he uses the to get rid of him, and then he chilling, half dead, gardening and shit,
limping through the garden.
So
still garden.
the unsung hero of the film, Ant-Man.
Right, who like
without him, it seems yeah. They're screwed. We have no chance, no hope. Oh, no pun.
Right.
Hope.
No hope.
But and that's what got him going, the lack of hope. But it's like, dude, like, and like, it's another way to show how expertly they've set up these films, dog. Because you wouldn't even think that you're using Ant-Man as the vehicle to be the crutch for ENDGAME to even be.
Yeah,
Ant-Man.
Everybody has Ant-Man suits on.
You know what I mean? And he realized that he needed, he had the big idea. He go see the big guns, and I love like how we jump in the future. Scarlet Witch basically holding everybody by a thread. Did you peep the Captain Marvel haircut? And that's how she looks in the comics. And not only that, her little look to Don Cheadle's War Machine when she was like, you be okay. That's because they were dating in comics for a minute. Rhodey and Captain Marvel before he got killed recently in comics. And then she went on one, and I think that's kind of what started off Civil War too. Like, she was mad because her man got murdered and shit. But like, yeah, but they just gave a little subtle nod to that when she specifically gave him that, you be okay. And then she left, and you don't need no more. That's once again for the fans. If you keeping up, goddammit. So it's just wild how hopeless Cap and Black Widow are. And then Ant-Man come through. And once again, I think I love the fact how this movie does an expert juggling job of the dramatic and the comedy. Because in one scene with one character, he might make you damn near cry on to laugh, then cry again, then get you pumped up. And Ant-Man inspires them to be like, oh shit, we have a chance. Time travel. I want to make Cap said, what you want to make a time machine? He's like, no.
No. Yeah.
It's going to be a time machine.
That'd be awesome.
But they need the best brain that they know, which is, of course, Tony. And Tony has a whole daughter out here. What was that first flight for y'all niggas?
I knew it was coming, especially 5 years later. I was kind of confused at first, but I thought it was so cute because he's pretty much had a wild, unpredictable life. And I remember in the last one I saw, they were talking about kids and having a baby. And I also, when I saw her too, I was like, oh, this is going to raise the stakes a bit and make it more difficult for him to help. And then a part of me was even like, I feel like this little girl is temporary because when they go back, if they were to change everything, she might not be here.
But Tony specifically told Hope later in the movie, don't bring us back.
Yeah.
Keep everything that we've gotten, just bring them back.
You're right.
He was very specific. I tell who's my daughter. You hear me? And it was enough stakes for you to understand him being like, I try to do this timey-wimey shit.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all. My movie here good in the woods.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily see it coming, I guess, prior. It became pretty apparent when he sat down, like before she emerges from the tent. But I thought this was an interesting turn for him, or at least I don't know. I don't know. Maybe by myself here, but I felt like it didn't feel like a truly original idea, but it felt fresh enough because the character of Tony Stark, like just how he's gonna interact with his kid, is just gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
It's like they cast like this cute kid too as well. So it's like she really cares, and she has her moment. She kills every moment she has. Like, mommy told me to come and save you.
Shit.
He's like, yeah, you saved me, good. Yeah.
Shit.
That's
I mean,
mommy's,
the first time we saw him with the kid from Iron Man 3, where he just was bouncing with that kid, which they brought back randomly for his funeral at the end of the movie, and I had to Google who the hell he was.
Oh, really? It took me a
I had no
seconds.
clue. I said, why?
Before we lost him, I remembered who he was.
The camera went to all these people we know, and then random guy. Yeah. And I'm like, who the hell is this kid? And then he went back to people we know. And then when I put the words in on Google, who was, and it finished it, because everyone had also been looking this up. And then they let me know, it's a little kid, but you know, he got a little older from Iron Man 3. I was like, oh, no reference point. They just was like, if you did a binge recently, then you'll know. Otherwise, But he hurt a nigga feelings when he told him no, though. Like, even though we know the movie can't continue unless he changes his mind, I felt real bad for them when he was like, nah, yo, and I got a daughter. Because that's the thing that made it original for me. Because I know what you're saying about he has a daughter now, et cetera, as being, you know, it's happened before in other type of movies in other ways. But when he specifically was on the level of, I can't lose this shit, Cap. Like, when he come around later, when he, you know, after he figures out time travel in like a couple hours, he's a freaking genius. Like, damn, nigga.
I love that, right? We don't got time for him to try to figure it out.
Nah, nigga, I get together and have this epic moment with his wife, and you know, I love how they, you know, they do a callback later of it. He was like, man, you know, and looking back at it, when he could have not done this, he discusses with Pepper, I could just go to sleep, fuck it. Yeah. And but Pepper like, but you ain't gonna get a rest.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get a rest. And I'm like, ooh, will that come back later? Or even on second watch, it's like, ooh, he could have not done it. But he wouldn't be the hero that he is, man. And he wouldn't be Iron Man. And everything built up to it. Even Avengers 1, when Captain America was like him and it was going back and forth, and Captain America, you ain't the one to make the big play. Put your life on the line. Like, now when you watch Avengers Part 1 back and him and Cap going back and forth, and Cap telling him, nigga, you ain't the one to put your life on the line, then you realize 22 movies later, it's beautiful writing, man. Yeah. But definitely. They need another motherfucker, so they go to Hulk, and I'm so mad you were robbed out of the hilarity of first seeing Professor Hulk and eating all this random ass shit.
I did, yeah. It was like, I mean, you know what? That clip did spoil a couple things, but like this, nothing could spoil those kids coming up. Like, take a picture with your Hulk. It's like, yeah, sure, would you mind? And he's like, hey, when I got a picture of me, I'm Ant-Man. And the kid's like, nah. The little one's like, no. And other kids are real polite. But he's
and then eventually come around, you know, we'll take one with you.
Take one with you. He's like, take the damn goddamn phone.
Get the phone, motherfucker. Yeah. But I feel where Hulk, where Bruce coming from, and it's interesting that, you know, he decided to, you know, he found a way to become, you know, put his man in a monster together. Now he's a little smaller than the original Hulk because he got some banner in him, but way smarter. And, you know, the evolution of Hulk. Right. But y'all came to a nigga that's like specialist is gamma stuff and radiation and genetics. Y'all want this man to figure out time travel. Of course, that scene we talked about was going to happen when he didn't know what the hell he was doing. He's like coming to a nigga because they smart. Nigga, you smart. Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm smart, but my field is this thing, nigga.
Like, who told you I could do anything?
I'm not about to grab a surgeon to come fix my car because he's smart.
Yeah, you went to school, didn't you?
Yeah, come fix my car.
Stuff work. You know how the body work, don't you?
God damn it.
Fix the body of this car.
But it was an epic hero moment when Tony come back up to come save the day and basically help him and say I'm on the team and stuff. And just whenever you see him and Cap working together, talking on the same page, it's like, the bromance is back on.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, these are the two we want back together.
Yeah, man, they're the captains. They
Come
just
on,
come on, Onks. Come on, you got two dads, man. With Thor being, the uncle that's going through some shit, and Tony, like, we got to get the band back together, and that's when we see Fat Thor. That's
my favorite section of the movie.
Fat Thor, Jessica, wake up, Fat Thor. That's the thing with the comics. That happened.
Does it?
That happened before. He let himself go. He was on some depression shit. In a funny ass way, they kind of gave him the Tony Stark storyline everybody wanted, called Demon in the Bottle, where Tony was an alcoholic and was losing the battle of alcoholism. Yeah, it's a big Iron Man storyline.
They kind of thought they were gonna. At some point, I remember there was a little bit of talk about doing it for the second one.
They kind of hinted. You know what I mean? And they show him drink a lot, but they don't show him. But they show Thor kind of. As I say, they gave it to Thor.
But Thor, his shit bleeded over into everything. Like that, it gets sad when he's in the briefing room.
Yeah.
And he's like, yes, and this is Jake, Mike. We used to be together.
What was y'all reactions to Thor Fat? Because they did a great job of covering that secret. They never showed any pieces of that reveal in the trailers.
I knew something was gonna happen with him. I just didn't know it was gonna be that because I posted a picture of him. Mm-hmm. How he normally is, and it was this meme that basically was like the real reason why women are going to see Avengers for the plot, and then the plot was a picture of him like half naked. And so somebody messaged me back, and it was just like, "Ho, you need to go see the movie."
Shut up!
How he looked.
I hate dry spoilers are still spoilers.
So when he showed up in a fat, I was like, "Oh, that must be what it is."
Ew. I hate people, dog.
It was a complete surprise for me.
I wish it would have been for me, Dan.
Yo, I dying laughing. It took me a second. I just couldn't get enough of it. Second time around too, man. It's just like still, it's one of my favorite. I will every time this movie's on ever again, I'll stop and watch it solely because of these moments.
And there was one of the jokes was cosplayers gonna be able to do this Thor real easy because, and I like the fact that they kept him fat. Cause I thought at the end of the movie when he got his mojo back and all that shit, I thought, oh, he's gonna be dun 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 dun. But no, they give him consequences. Like, no, nigga, for 5 years you've been sitting on your ass and drinking. So even though you're ready to get your mind right, your body wasn't with all that.
So this is what I wanted to ask you now. Both of you, really, I guess I can pose this question. Do you think this is why they leaned so much more in the Guardians style with Thor's sequel? Like with Ragnarok? Like, you know how Ragnarok kind of stole, like, well, in my opinion, I think it kind of stole Guardians of the Galaxy sort of style and vibrance and stuff.
But what are you asking?
Well, now he's with them at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
So that means in the third movie now, he's gonna, like, he'll just basically be a part of their team. It'll be Thor and
Maybe.
You don't think so?
I'm not saying I don't think so. I'm saying, like...
I feel like that door is open, but I don't think it's, like, entirely something to consider right now.
Exactly. I'm right. Same page. You know? But they left that door there, so they decide to even let him do a cameo, like, or even feature like him and Hulk. But they already went on record to be like, they're not doing any more team-up films in the foreseeable future. Now, I don't know if team-up film means Thor just being in Guardians or Avengers. You know what I mean? And I'm going to take in they're not doing any more Avengers films for a minute. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I would love, like, their humor, like, they have some amazing chemistry, like Thor and the Guardians, you dig? Even at the end of the film, like, that was one of the funniest parts of the movie is we going out with him and Quill fighting over who, passively aggressively fighting over who's the captain of the ship and shit. Like, anytime they're together as Guardians of the Galaxy, let's go. And that's really a group 2 in comics, but it's actually as Guardians. Thor ain't even in the group. But, yeah, trippy shit. But, what I was about to say, bruh, they gotta get the band back together, and we got the Ronin version of Hawkeye just murdering motherfuckers for the past 5 years. He just been murdering.
So are you gonna say it?
Say what?
What Ronin's on, what Hawkeye's on? He's on his what? Are you gonna say it?
That he culturally appropriating?
Oh no! I was gonna say that he's on his Green Arrow.
Oh, yeah, he says us Green Arrows, you know? No.
Like,
I wasn't gonna say it. I
like,
didn't take it in because I took in my nigga like Son, you went to Japan and you killing off Japanese people using their style and shit. You got the sword and the samurai. You call yourself Ronin, and that's a comic book thing. At some point, some shit went down with Hawkeye. He went dark, and now it's his character Ronin. He was on some murderous shit. But I just laughed at it. It's like, goddamn, nigga, you could at least appropriate and go, kill some French niggas or something, dog. You go kill them with their culture and shit. So you the best swordsman, nigga, better than Japanese niggas.
Today.
But this guy. But it was a cool opening. And this film gave Hawkeye, this was the best showing of Hawkeye out of any,
I totally agree.
This film made you want to rock with it and be interested way more in his character than any of the other films for me.
Oh, really?
Aside from the first time we met his family, what film that was in? Civil War?
No, that was it. Civil? I thought it was Age of Ultron.
That's when we met his family in Age of Ultron?
Uh-huh.
See, that's how detached I've been with Hulk. But
yeah, that's the same point when he became more interesting to me.
Because the thing is, everyone else they didn't really. He was always like the odd man out. You know what I mean? We got Tony, we got Iron Man, we got Cap. They even had Black Widow debut earlier. It's like we have Hulk, we have all these other things. And he's just a regular guy with the bow or some shit. So it's like, I'm glad that they decided to give him some shine and shit because and when you come back even storyline wise in this, his family was obliterated and he's the only one standing.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to have the need to pull him out of the darkness. And it was a good mirror of, we always hear about how he saved Black Widow. So of course Natasha going to be like, no, I got to pull him out of the darkness like he did me. He could have murdered me. And he decided not to. Same position flip. My mission should be to take his murdering ass in. But nah, I got some hope that I can, throw at him. Let's do some real work. Because, their relationships have been one of the most enduring out of everything.
Yeah.
In this whole universe.
Yeah, I thought they had some good closure with their stuff.
I mean, just throughout, not even just the closure, just throughout the film, their relationship has always seemed so real, like their bond, that brother and sister best friendship. It's just that's why when we get to Vormir later with the Soul Stone, it's like,
these two, nigga, I'm like, oh my God, mercy.
Who you thought was gonna die in that situation?
Right.
It felt like Hawkeye was the one.
I wanted Hawkeye to die. That's what I was like.
So fuck his family, huh?
Nah, I mean they'll be back.
But he wouldn't be.
Yeah, but
when you do the Soul Stone, but that's
so
what I'm saying.
Be like, fuck their family.
No, but they ain't got no daddy. They ain't got no daddy. She ain't got nobody.
She ain't got nothing right now because she ain't even here.
Well, I'm just saying.
A better situation.
I'd rather her.
It's still a better situation.
I'd rather her go than him because if we win, he get to still be there for his family and shit. You heard me?
She act like they're gonna be awful.
Her arc had, she wanted to do it. She up here crying and shit for 5 years because, she feeling like, she let her family down. This was perfect for her arc. I didn't see it coming. I thought they was gonna kill Hawkeye. But when it wound up being her, the only problem, not the only, but one thing that hurt me though for real is, later on in the film when they're doing their big epic battle, and they have that big A-Force moment with all the women, coming together. And that's a comic called A-Force, where it's all female Avengers. So that's like a shout out to the A-Force with that. It's like, damn, Black Widow missing though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Black Widow been the main chick. Yeah, she been the main chick all these years. It's just, damn, when they have all the women stepping up, we'll handle it. I like, Black Widow. Yeah, man.
So what's the movie gonna be then? A prequel?
I'm hearing it's a prequel. Now they can always Gamora her ass if they so choose, do some time traveling shit to grab her from another time and displace her. But I think they're gonna let her death stick.
It's too complicated.
Yeah, they're gonna let her death stick. So they start, trying out the time traveling shit. They sent Hawkeye back to his family. He come back with a baseball glove. Everything worked and shit.
Yeah.
There's some hilarious moments with Thor. And it's like,
Big Lebowski.
That was a great reference point.
It was like, yo, what's so funny? I was like, I'll explain it to you later.
And what's so trippy when they decide all the stones, where the stones are, they realize that 3 of them are in New York at one point. They got their mission, they got their teams, they gonna separate and shit. The last thing that Black Widow says is, see you soon or some shit. Mm-hmm. Watching it the second time knowing that, no, you won't.
Right.
I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Black Widow, bitch, no. Come back to me, Black Widow, baby. So we get with Hulk, and Hulk is with the he got to get the time stone, and old girl ain't with it.
Right. And he's like, what did she tell him? He's like 5 years too early.
Yeah, she knows everything going on, and I love.
Made me want to rewatch Doctor Strange.
But I love that with her and with Bruce earlier, they give us their rules for time travel, and which are very unlike what you normally learn time travel to be.
Yeah. So Back to the Future was just bullshit.
Apparently it was, but that does make sense because, like he said, and that's what. And at points I was like, okay, are they fucking with the timeline? Like, no, because the old girl was like, no, as long as you put the stones back where they were, everything else is gonna readjust. You feel me? And even if you like meet your old self, like you create these new realities and new dimensions. So your new, like your timeline of you going to the past is still your present, no matter what. So if you fuck with the past, you ain't fuck with your past, you fuck with another reality. You created a whole new dimension, and you fucking with that past, which is why you could kill yourself, and that's just how that went while you were going through your present, through your timeline. As long as you don't take nothing like one of the time stones with you that's really needed for a certain thing to happen, you good. So it was an interesting thing how they broke that down. I remember the first time I saw it, I didn't realize Tony came back. I mean, Cap brought the hammer back with him. So I was like,
yeah, I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, so I was going to be the second time I watched, I was like, oh, he got the hammer. All right. Y'all good? But yeah, she get his ass together. Hulk got to talk her into getting that stone. And then Thor, we have another hilariously tragic moment with Thor and Rocky. We have this amazing chemistry. And, Thor leave him hanging to, we come back around. Like you said, him and his mom scene was just beautiful. And when you watch Thor the Dark World back, now you have a different reverence for her in particular.
Oh yeah, I mean, I always liked that actress too, man. I was sad, that was the one thing I remember from the Dark World that actually stuck with me. Everything else, man, I fell asleep on that show. Yeah.
What did you say, J.Steel?
I second that. But yeah. So, but yeah, she's always dope, and she it makes me want to go back and watch The Dark World, which I've had no interest ever wanting to go back to that dark world, because that's exactly the title is very, very true. It is a dark world. And I now I kind of want to just go back with, if I was to go back and rewatch all the movies, I wouldn't skip over that one now.
Anymore.
Because that's the rule now. You just skip that one.
I mean, at this point, I don't want to skip any of them. Like when the dust settles and I decide to go back through this whole saga from Iron Man. No, you're supposed to start with Captain America. No, yeah, you start with Captain America.
No, you start with Iron Man.
No, that's how it came out. But for the story, they got this list of how you should watch it. And it goes Captain America, then Captain Marvel, then Iron Man. 1. And it's like, go look it up. There's a list how storyline wise you should watch it for it to really hit you in the way that the story progresses. And I've never watched it in their order, and now that ENDGAME has happened, I'm more, inclined. You know what I'm saying? Right. So all the teams are split up, and we already talked about what goes down with Hawkeye and Black Widow and Vormir, and that just was trippy. And that's out of all the stones, no, what the Soul Stone does is permanent. You're not getting the original Gamora back. You ain't getting Black Widow back. Now, meanwhile, we got this whole thing where we had to get Thanos in the story, and it was interesting how they had basically Nebula's networking is still since she's part robot and such, it just conflicted with her other self, and now you got Thanos oh, I won. Tell me more. I
want to see everything.
And lucky for her, Gamora almost was always on this, fuck Thanos on the slick shit. I don't want the universe getting blown up or Nebula over there or something.
That was really the plan.
That was gonna be a problem, to say the freaking least. One of the more fun parts is when they go back to Avengers 1 in 2012 New York. From seeing Hulk see himself.
Yeah, he's like, well, I think it's a little gratuitous, but.
And then when he do the scene, rawr.
I love it.
You dig? And the new material they had to shoot, we got for Tony, because it's funny how you see how the staff got to the people, and Hulk hates theirs, of course, but
No many stairs.
Captain America's ass, you know, America's ass.
That's America's ass.
It's America's ass.
That's a weird joke they decided to run with, but it always plays funny.
Cap versus Cap was a great fight scene.
Yeah, it was actually.
I can do this all day. I know.
I know.
And I love the callback of with Cap giving that big ass speech before they go time traveling, and Rocket is like, "Oh, he's pretty good at this," and Ant-Man's like, "I know, right?" Like, I love it.
Always an admiration.
I love that they maintain that.
Yeah.
I love that they maintain that. You know what I mean? It's like when you watch an Empire and everybody treat Lucius Lyon like he Jay-Z and shit. So they just make you make it, or their world, Lucius Lyon is Jay-Z.
Lucius Lyon is Jay-Z.
So it's like Captain America. Because the thing is, when you watch all these other films, like even in Spider-Man, Captain America is the goddamn dude they use it to keep safety together. You know what I mean? It's like he is the ultimate icon.
Even though this guy's an international fugitive, I don't know why they still using this stuff. But here it is.
I mean, he got rectified. I took him. That's probably why Bucky decided not to, be the new Captain America. Because I'm like, yeah, Bucky, you really are.
Nobody wants you.
Winter Soldier be murdering. Winter Soldier that does some shit.
We don't have Winter Soldier as our goddamn Captain America.
And it was trippy. Oh, I love the Hail Hydra Cap, like the mirror from the Winter Soldier. Because in Winter Soldier, when they all go in the elevator, epic fight scene. But this time, since you're actually losing time travel the right way. You know the information you got, nigga. You know these niggas is Hydra.
And that shit is a spy.
And that was in the comics recently. That was the big epic news story when Captain said Hail Hydra for the first time in comics and drove the comic world crazy. So he whispers in here. I was like, once again, nice little shout out, y'all. Nice little nod. More of that fan service.
Yes, please.
Give me more. Blow me off.
Oh, wow.
Blow me off movie. Because that's what the movie's essentially doing. It was blowing up all of the fans. Shouts out to Don Cheadle.
I knew it felt funny.
I was laughing at Don Cheadle when he tried to warn Nebula, like, this spot probably booby trap.
Yeah, that was funny.
We spoke over Quill singing by himself because it's very different when you take off the
headphones. Yeah, and it's just like you're watching it without the music playing. You're like, oh.
So that was a great little dive, and then War Machine knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, abruptly. Like, damn, like, my man might have a concussion. I don't know if he's gonna make it.
J.Steel laughed so loud in my ear, I was joke. I was like, damn, son. But the whole scene where Loki escapes with the Tesseract because Hulk smashed motherfucking Tony. And I love that whole new scene that even happened in general where, you know what I mean? Okay, you sure you're not gonna die? When Ant-Man has to go inside, I'm going inside of you now. To make him have a cardiac arrest, and they have to figure out another way to get some more Pym particles and such. Mm-hmm. So Cap and Iron Man go back to 1970, was it?
Yeah, 1970.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Stan Lee's last cameo.
Yeah, this is one of the only ones that sort of felt like, okay, well, we didn't know he was gonna die when we shot this.
They did that.
But all the other ones seem like, well, we don't know what's gonna happen. But
I feel like the Captain Marvel one was like the final one.
Yeah, that seems
fit
like
more
the
of
one.
the context of a final one.
Agreed.
Or Into the Spider-Verse.
True.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Both of those.
My favorite overall.
But both of those are competing, as in they both felt like if this was the last Stan Lee cameo I ever saw.
Which one was he, the Watcher?
That was early. I think that was Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. He's one of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but I really dug that. And shouts out, what's this actress's name? Because apparently...
Nicole Brown?
Well, we'll have a Black Wikipedia here. But someone brought to my attention how the Russos, they did Community, and they always like to throw their community actors in. So we had your boy...
The Modern Warfare episode, yeah.
You know what I mean? And we had her from Community, and they said throughout the other films... Asian cat.
What's his name?
Dr.
Yeah, Kim Jong?
No, that's not that man's name. Dr. Ken Jong.
Ken Jong.
Am I right?
I don't know.
We know what you're talking about. They had him as a security guard.
I like that he was in there. He said nothing.
Nothing.
He said not one word.
But it's just because they had that string of having community actors in their films. You know what I mean? Shout out to Donald Glover too. So, what I'm about to say, so they're back in time. Tony has to get the Tesseract because he fucked up. And where does Loki go? Like,
Yeah, that's
it. So does he spawn his own other reality time stream thing? Because he's dead in hours.
Yeah, I feel like what they did was opened up the door for the series or whatever that they're going to be doing with
possibly.
Him. You know what I'm saying? So now that we have one that's sort of like off in another alternate version of what happened in New York, maybe that'll be what we latch on to in terms of, you know.
And we just got to know that series is going to have to end with him bringing the Tesseract back.
Yeah. Well, here's my question: when Cap brings back the Soul Stone and sees the Red Skull there, what do you think that interaction was like?
One, you're not supposed to think about that.
Fair enough.
Two, for whatever reason, dude, I always feel like you don't have to ever bring the Soul Stone back.
That's what I was.
I feel like it reanimates itself after one person gives up a soul and you leave with that bitch. It comes back because it just feels like.
Are you willing to give up something you love? I mean, we'll just make a new one.
Yeah, I feel like it remakes a new one.
Another Soul Stone.
Yeah, and it's for whoever comes. I don't think Cap got to even bring that one back. He got to bring back all the other ones. But I just wonder, like, understand that. What's her fucking name? The Watcher? Not the Watcher. The Ancient One. How she says as long as you put the stones back where they were, our reality stays intact. But with Loki running away with one in that pocket reality in the matter, he's creating it just makes me wonder what happens with that. Great CGI, I guess, for Hank Pym, and they had a shot of the original Ant-Man helmet sitting on his mantle in his office, which I really dug. And he looked like your boy from Breakfast Club. What's that name? Judd. That was it.
He does. He looks exactly like him. Yep.
And
once again, we gotta display that lovely, beautiful facial technology.
I mean, old and young, because
it's so bomb.
They do their thing on Marvel. Tony runs into his dad, and I love I love John Slattery as his dad. I like but I really wish. What's his name that would play his dad in Captain America? Dominic Cooper was a great Howard Stark. He was only Howard Stark in that joint, and then John Slattery took it up. And I like John Slattery. I loved him on Mad Men. But you looked at me like you didn't dig their interaction. What's going on?
Oh no, I was just wondering if you felt like it portrayed anything for like who we knew Howard Stark to be before and after this or whatever. Like, do you feel like this was accurate, or do you feel like this is sort of a retcon of who he was?
But this is the thing. All of this becomes retcon. Like, when you start doing time travel, you're retconning whatever the hell you feel. I think they never said that he was fucked up, but didn't they say previously that he wasn't there, supposedly, when Tony was born?
Possibly.
Possibly. I don't. Even the interactions, like, so you see him, and you, like in Iron Man 2, you sort of see him when the camera's not rolling, and he says some profound stuff, but he also says some, like, he's not the nicest guy.
But even he says it in this one. He says he often will let his self-interest go ahead of anything moral. So he's very self-aware, and he's talking to a stranger. Sometimes you're the most honest with a stranger than you are with some of your closest people. So I think he caught your boy on the right day. He's nervous as fuck because his kid's about to come. And, it was an interesting interaction because Tony, as a father, got there, have a moment with his dad because he's never going to ever have it. You know what I mean?
True. And, and I forgive it for the, because I look at it more from Tony's perspective or Tony's experience of that whole thing. And it's like, that's something, like, I felt like he sort of needed.
He needed it as a character.
Yeah, and then knowing where it ends up, it's like, yeah, that was good closure for him to get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I definitely forgive it. But I felt like he was a nicer gentleman than he ever was. Oh,
but he's younger.
Yeah, he's younger. You're right. I'm sorry. I have to ask before it leaves my mind. Did any of y'all notice that he calls his driver Jarvis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was established on the Agent Carter TV show.
Oh, was it? Okay,
yeah, that's the same guy that plays Jarvis on the Agent Carter TV show.
See,
I watched 1 or 2 episodes. It was cool. People loved that show. They was mad when it got canceled for like 2 seasons.
Oh, it got 2 seasons?
It got 2 seasons, I believe.
I only got 1. All right, fair.
I got 2, but I only saw episode 2. It was interesting, but I just didn't stick with it.
Okay, fair enough. No, I didn't know that. I never watched it.
But that's the Jarvis that comes later. That's who it's based off of because he grew up with that as his butler, and then he made that program.
I thought that was dope.
But they introduced that concept on Agent Carter.
Okay.
And speaking of Agent Carter, that was cool. Did you see that coming Because some people feel like that's the moment when Steve decided I might come back, nigga. When he saw her, when he happened to run into her office.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't catch it. I didn't look at it that way, but I agree. You know, thinking back on it now after 2 viewings, yeah, I definitely can agree with that. I've always liked to make the joke that Captain America's real love is Bucky Barnes.
I mean, Bucky knew at the end of the movie Cap wasn't coming back. I caught that on second viewing.
Right.
Bucky said bye or something. I was like, oh, the first time I saw this, I didn't catch that he told Cap, like, goodbye. Like, I'm going to miss you. When everyone else is supposed to be saying, like, you coming back in 10 seconds, 5 seconds. But, when, like, that second viewing made me catch that, yeah, Bucky, you knew your nigga. Like, even when he came back, he's like, Sam, go holler at him, bro. I know my nigga. I ain't go holler at this nigga. He went and did some him shit. Right. He went and gave her back her dance because that was a running gag in Captain America 1. I owe you this dance. So that's why I was once again another like payoff at the end of the film. The last shot we see is the dance that he'd been owing her for decades. So it was like, dude, this movie was very smart. Like it was so freaking smart. But what I was about to say about Peggy, you really didn't see this nigga peeking through your office at you?
Yeah, that was I was just like I kind of thought she was gonna look up and see him.
It's a big man.
For a second, yeah. It's even second viewing. I'm like, nope, she's not. Okay, no.
At least a moment to look up. Like someone was there. Like I felt, but no.
I kind of feel like as a spy to not know you're being watched is a huge flaw.
Comfort zone though. She's in the comfort zone.
What?
She's in the comfort zone. She's at the office. She's at the office, man. She's at the office.
You never on rest, baby. You never on rest.
Now my thing is, we're on this scene where Nebula is beating up Nebula in front of Gamora. And I'm like, Nebula, why you want to beat up yourself so bad? Like
this is very strange.
Like I mean, you understand you want to please your father and you're on this kick, but I'm also on the kick of if I met my future self, I would want to have a conversation before I want to torture the motherfucker.
Yeah, but also, I guess a metaphor for, you grow, you go to different places, and your old self talking to your new self, sometimes caps get blown.
Hey, man.
Wow.
It was a beautiful element of suspense they threw in by, switching out the nebulas and, you're like, oh, snap.
It caught me off guard, man, because I was in some other shit, and I was just kind of like, I don't know how they caught me, because, like, I know that she took her little headpiece, and then when she starts walking back to the time, I'm like, that's not Nebula. They goddamn
That's Nebula.
Us. They ussed us. They swapped her. They swapped it.
It's the tethered.
It's the tethered has made it through. What we gonna do, y'all? She gonna let all of them through now.
And that was the whole deal, man.
We're gonna be holding hands across America.
And they really fought to die when you're speaking of Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch and Black Widow on Vormir. And it was so heartbreaking how it went down, man. She made that choice, dog. She hooked him, and then she kicked off.
Well, I thought he was going to go, man. I for sure. I was just like, man, he's going. And then he, like, that last little moment where he throws his little explosion arrow, and he's about to go, and he's running away in slow motion. I'm like, yep, see ya. And then she jumps up again. I was like, God damn it. Who the hell? This was a goddamn game.
Black Widow the man, son.
Yeah,
she is the man, son.
I give her that.
So
I was very sad to see her go.
And all the Stones come back and they finish their time traveling mission, and
really worked.
And when Hawkeye get back, everybody knows ain't no Black Widow, and everybody. And the thing is, you gotta take it watching all these movies, dog. Like her and Steve have a relationship. Her and Tony have a relationship. Her and Bruce have a relationship. All through these movies, she touched the different people different ways. However that comes out, but you know what I mean. That you can feel how it hits them.
Yeah, it wasn't. I felt like the greatest mourning for her, but like
they had no time.
Yeah, they had no time. I mean, yeah, I guess.
It was a nice moment when it was just the original Avengers, and when that just we're talking about, even Hawkeye, even when Thor was in denial, like we have the stones, we have the stones.
We're the Avengers.
We're the Avengers. We'll just bring her back. Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean she's gone? She's not gone.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, listen, you little puny Earthling brain.
We're talking about space magic.
We're talking about, yeah.
But then Hawkeye went, no, well, nigga, if you don't want to hear me, you go holler at the red-faced motherfucker, and you go take your hammer, and you fly, and you tell him that shit. He told us it was permanent. She ain't here. Yeah. Dude, Hawkeye got mad. I don't give a damn if you Thor, nigga. I popped up in your movie first, if you want to remember. I had the shot. I'm looking like, why he trying to pull the damn hammer like King Arthur? Damn it.
Don't forget, man, I could have killed you when I met you.
When I met you. A lot of people don't remember that. That's when we first met Clint. Clint showed up in Thor 1. Like, what the hell is this dude doing?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
definitely.
Gotta get Hawkeye ready for the Avengers.
They never said Hawkeye ever in any of these movies except when Jeremy Renner calls his daughter that at the top of this film. They've never called him Hawkeye.
Really? Have they never called him Hawkeye?
Only called him in the Avengers movie, the dude from
Thor says something about
calls him a hawk.
Yeah, okay.
But never the official, never.
Nobody calls him Hawkeye?
Ever. He's Clint. That's Clint. That Clint over there.
Wow.
But like, yeah, so once they got all the stones together and they like Thor, and I felt so bad for Thor. Thor wanted to be the one finally wanted to do something right. He wanted to be the one to hit the snap.
Yeah.
And it's like, Thor, no, son. I have lightning in me. And they like, bro, that lightning ain't gonna do shit against Gamma. And once Hulk did the snap, and again, I was spoiled that at the end of the movie, Tony was going to do a snap. So I still didn't put it together that Tony was going to die. But when I saw Hulk do the snap, I was like, Tony going to fuck himself up if he's snapping later.
That was a piece of the leak. Hulk doing a snap.
Oh, so you saw Hulk snapping?
No, I cut it off before that. But like when I went back to watch it, that was one of the pieces of it.
To say he Gamma, nigga, he fucked himself up. I'm thinking since you're just...
There's no protection there for you. I mean,
but I'm just saying, but to say Hulk said, I'm made for this. Nigga, were you though? Your arm was damn near useless afterwards.
Yeah. I kind of think Captain Marvel would have been my first choice.
She went around.
She wasn't around, yeah. But I'm like, I feel like she would have been the one that
Hulk's supposed to have super healing, though. I'm
Hulk?
Yeah, Hulk has super healing. I'm like, why your arm ain't heal fast like this shit? You in a sling at the funeral and shit, looking all Gumby. Yeah, you look it up.
That was Wolverine.
Hulk got it too.
Yeah, okay.
That's why he a problem.
Fair enough.
But the longest in comics, though, the madder you make him, the stronger he get.
Indestructible, yeah. Like I thought he was just like indestructible.
And if you pierce this nigga, it won't last. I'm the Hulk. Hulk smash. Stairs! I hate stairs! As a part of me is always gonna love like original Hulk. Like Professor Hulk is okay.
He's cool.
He's alright.
My favorite Hulk is Hulk from Thor 3. That little midway Paul Hulk where he's like a big child.
Hulk like raging fire.
That's my favorite Hulk.
Small fire.
Small fire. I think I'm with Valkyrie on the level of I think I like you either way.
Yeah.
One or the other. I don't like this mixture.
Definitely agree.
You hear me? So I love when Thanos gets you, he just take a little squat. He said, no, but look, go find. They blow up the spot for one, because you do Thor, Hulk hits the snap, and then for a moment we like, okay, so did everybody come back? What's going on? We don't know what's happening. Then Clint get his wife called to him, it's like, oh, that's the first moment of joy that you get this whole movie for a minute. He's like, oh shit, he got his wife is calling him, and then Ant-Man like, ooh. And only on second viewing did I see why Ant-Man didn't die. Because the first time I saw the movie when the explosion hit, I like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, when did you shrink, man? How did that happen?
But on second viewing, it was like instant, like the suit did it for him on some shit. Like upon impact, the suit made him small. And that was destruction. Like niggas was like hurt. We got Rhodey, you ain't got no legs under there with Rocket, who about to fucking suffocate. We got Thor on his Atlas shit. You hear me?
Yeah, the first time you see Rocket, like fucking like scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He always has a cool head in moments like this, but he was done.
And that's only one other time in this film that he was he lost his cool. That's when Thor killed Thanos at the top. He was like,
that's true.
What did you do?
Yeah.
he was fucked up. He was like, what was this?
This was not the plan, dude.
And we have the succession of events of Clint got the glove and he just going while he getting chased by these demon niggas. We got Hulk trying to hold up, save Rocket and Don Cheadle and shit, and while Ant-Man trying to get to him so he can save him later. We got Thor, Tony, and Cap like, so Thanos just gonna chill? He just over there chilling? You hear me?
Nope.
We know it's a trap, right? We don't care. We're the original three, about to go whoop that ass.
Yeah.
Thor got Mjolnir, and he has freaking Stormbreaker.
I knew it.
Oh, we didn't get to that part yet.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying, because, he was happy that he was worthy in the Dark War part, so he got both of them, and apparently they have the ability to give him a braided beard and a ponytail.
Yeah, it works.
It worked, but I was like, damn, Lightning got them beauty techniques. I see you, Lightning. Lightning Cosmetics.
You gotta go into battle. Can't go into battle looking any kind of way now.
Off the dump.
Yeah,
And we have this intense scene where Nebula face off with Gamora, and Clint thinking it's the original was gotten. Once again the metaphor of how far you've come. She had to kill her old self. Kind of on the nose, but it was cool. I don't want to trip, man.
Shots gotta get fired, man.
But I don't want to speak over the amazing battle of Thanos versus the original three.
Oh yeah, that shit was epic, man. I love that second viewing too. You know what? I probably do one of these kind of viewings, but I definitely I don't know. I want to watch the third time now. I'm thinking just for the third act.
So much of the third act was right out of a comic book. I mean, the fights, the combos. Thanos was whooping ass, but everything.
That fight alone was fucking epic. Could have stood on its own, and we could have ended it there, man. But the fact that it goes beyond that, it turns into a huge fucking battle with everyone that we've ever seen.
But before we get to the denouement and that war, you know what I mean? The moments we had with just those three, like you said, when Cap summoned Mjolnir, and we had that little hint in Age of Ultron, because this is thing about only the worthy can pick it up. And in the comics, it's like maybe 3 or 4 people at most. I think Vision was one person, Cap was one person, I think Spider-Man was one person, this cat named Beta Ray. It's not a lot of people who can pick up Mjolnir, you know what I mean? So they paid that off in this movie. Like we said, they pay off so many things, and Thor is so excited about it too. But dog, when Cap got Mjolnir, son, he went to work.
Oh yeah, man.
He been knew. He been planning his brain. If he ever got his hand on that bitch, what he would do.
Oh yeah, that boy was surgical with this bitch.
Bruh. He throwing the shield, he throwing the hammer, he got the bitches ricocheting off each other, he doing RU kicks, uppercuts and shit. I'm like, damn, dog, the audience went nuts. But still the audience went nuts when he had that mother, when he got it. I mean, but everybody stood on like, oh shit.
Yeah, people went nuts, dude, when Thor said, I knew it. Like it just. Yeah.
I mean, when he first touched it, they went nuts in my theater, and as well when Thor said, "I knew it," there was laughter, but it was just so much joy because they set you up with so much despair in this damn film. So when you get these joyous moments, it's like, let's go. You heard me? But throughout it all, Thanos withstood it, and he whooped Tony, he whooped Thor. Cap got the final one-on-one. Cap got the one-on-one fight that we wanted him to have in Infinity War when he had those brushes of a one-on-one battle. But it came down to it, dog. Whatever the hell Thanos' big-ass sword is made out of is ridiculous because that shit was taking everything.
Yeah, man.
It broke the damn shield.
It broke the
vibranium in this world.
Oh, right. Damn, vibranium. All right, fair enough. Vibranium. Yeah, because it comes from Wakanda, I'm not going to argue.
And that's how remember Tony had the dream of this destruction, and that's how the shield looks in that dream from Age of Ultron.
Really?
Yes,
okay.
broken.
All right.
All the bodies on the ground. Tony saw it, dog. And I'm glad they, gave it back. And this was such an epic moment for Cap when he stands up, broken. Thanos got his whole army coming through. It was so picturesque. It was a beautiful scene just seeing him stand up and it's just Cap versus literally the universe. Mm-hmm. And then you get that, yo, Cap, it's Sam.
Yeah.
It's Sam. Like the shout out to Winter Soldier on your left. When Cap kept on lapping him on Winter Soldier anytime they was freaking exercising together. And he kept on saying, on your left, Sam, on your left. So Sam hit him with that Cap on your left, and that's when you just gotta just have all the best feelings in the world. When all the little like Jess said earlier, all the goals, and she's dead by the way, people. That's why you can hear. She's been dead for a while. She moved. She's around. She's gonna be dead again soon. But
she's in. She's out.
When every hero ever. Even Howard the Duck has a cameo apparently in this bitch.
Yeah.
And dog, he come and stand by freaking Cap. I mean, like that's when I was welling up like crazy. When Spidey came, when Black Panther came, when all the wizards, when Wong finally came out of hiding, everybody came through to stand with Cap. And this is when the tier wanted to come, but I held it in. when he finally got to say, Avengers, assemble.
Man,
that's part of the movie.
Yeah.
Because they cut him off in one of those movies. They cut him off at the end of the movie. He go, Age of Ultron. He say, Avengers, and they cut him off like, oh, you bitches. And finally, in the last one, they let him say it. I was like, yo, I want to just do backflips.
This was worth it. Yeah, this was worth the wait.
Backflips, my nigga.
Yeah.
Backflips. And then the battle itself was just Russo brothers. Y'all took. Yeah. I could not in no way manage all of that. All of that. And they gave all the characters their moments, and they put it in the backdrop of this. You know what I mean? They got this sprint with the glove, and Spidey passing it. No, wait, what? No.
Give it to me.
Clint gave it to goddamn Black Panther. Black Panther handed it to
we
Spidey.
need to run this thing across the field. Who we gonna give it to?
The nigga. Because I just got football reference. I like this running back action, baby.
The first thing I'm thinking, like, I'm laughing my ass off, and like my lady's like, what's so funny? It's like, well, we need to run the ball, man.
We gotta run the ball.
We gonna give it to the nigga.
Because the whole setup is, man, they trying to get the Infinity Glove, the Ant-Man, because we had that little moment where they had another time machine. Do we have another time machine? He's like, I do. Shots are like, who would have thought the Ant-Man universe would be so damn important in the scheme of all this? But it is.
It is. And I saw a little bit. I didn't finish it, but I started trying to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp again. But yeah, no, it's like, it really rewards you.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, the Wasp is back. It's like, oh shit, she's trying to get in the middle of everything. Right,
when they had that little all-girl moment with the A-Force, I like when she came from small to big and she just...
Nah, she wanted...
She ready for the fight.
She wanted to be an Avenger. She wanted to be an Avenger so bad, low-key, dog.
Baby, shout it out.
We're on a Cap. I like how
and that's a shout out when he told Ant-Man and the Wasp. He's like, yeah, because me and Cap, that's what I call him, Cap. So then she goes, all right, Cap. I'm like, oh, you bitches gonna make me cry again, you motherfucker.
She want to be an Avenger so bad.
But I just thought it was so G when she just was readjusting her wrist. She cocked her neck like, come on, let's go handle these niggas, nigga. Yeah. It's me, baby. And Wanda whooped Thanos' ass. Can we say that? Like,
oh yeah, Thanos is such a bitch.
Like, Captain Marvel was whooping his ass. I remember the headbutt was epic. That didn't work on her. It worked on Thor. And
yeah, and to pull out an Infinity Stone, you bastard.
Right.
That is such a bitch move. I told you he pulled the Night King, man.
You can't say no more. She didn't see it. She don't know that, but keep going. Yep. Sorry. He pulled out the Infinity Stone. He said, "Fuck it, I'm cheating." He said, that headbutt knocked out Thor. Didn't knock out you. I got something for you.
That's what I say. But our troops. Like, I don't give a good goddamn.
Wanda.
Let's go.
No, this Scarlet Witch motherfucker is whooping my ass. Like, she showed she could take him. Yeah. Straight up.
And that's something that they excuse me. Like when I go past these YouTube clips and stuff that I kind of get lost in or whatever. That was something that they always kind of talked about, is that Scarlet Witch, when you really think about it, is more powerful than Thanos.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wonder how that's going to play out in Infinity War.
And they showed
back then, but like now it's like, damn, that shit is really paying off.
They
showed really had him like gone, boy, for him like bitching out. Like
I mean, they ever went comic book with her, dog. Remember, she changed reality for the House of M storyline. Like, there's a storyline where some like tragic shit happened, and she like had a nervous breakdown, and she said the words "no more mutants," and it created this universe where like no mutants existed anymore. And the only person that remember how shit was Wolverine, and he trying to bring shit together. It's either what did she say, no more mutants, or was it the flip of they had no more humans? I forget. Because they had two versions of the storyline. I read both of them comics. But I remember Wolverine's a nigga who had the memory. But either way it goes, she can change reality. Like, that's how powerful she can get. So she could whoop fucking Thanos. But like when Captain Marvel came through and saved the freaking day. And so many people have moments, because I never seen Falcon use his freaking wings as goddamn slicers and shit. This nigga said, no, I'm gutting niggas.
Everybody was shooting to kill this time.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, Spider-Man put on his kill mode, payoff.
Yeah, no, it's just so dope. I love that shit. He's like, I got it. I don't got it. I need some help.
Because in his universe, he's not going to be in kill mode.
In Brooklyn. It's coming.
No, Queens.
Queens.
Because he's from Brooklyn. Cap from Brooklyn.
Right. Yeah, I love that moment. And everybody loves Captain Marvel when people hated her so much.
Dude, shouts out to the comic book movie. Shouts out to comic book haircut. Hey, I'm Peter Parker. Hey, Peter Parker.
Hey, Peter, you got it?
Got it for me? Swag. All swag. So, all this epic battle that's happening, it's impossible to cover every fight. Shouts out to Doctor Strange holding the goddamn tidal wave and shit.
Oh, well, before we go, that one little quick moment. Loved Quill seeing Nebula.
Gamora.
Gamora, I'm sorry, yeah, Gamora. And he goes up to her like she's his Gamora.
His Gamora.
And she knees him, whatever, and like twice. He's like, "You got me twice."
No.
First time you missed.
You missed the first time.
But the second time you
got the both of them.
He's like, with him? This is
the nigga I was fucking with?
He's like, the choices with him or a tree.
Which was hilarious. Which sets the stage for like the next Guardians. Like he's gonna be looking for that. Because remember, we was wondering how they gonna do Gamora in the sequels of the Guardians. And even at the end of this film, he's searching for her. Well, we have a time-displaced Gamora that he's so in love with her, but she has had none of these experiences with y'all. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out when they bring the band back together in that universe. Because of course they're gonna find her, but she's not gonna be as warm. She gonna probably fuck with her Gamora. She gonna probably fuck with her sister, because her sister's still with him. But I love that they put that new wrinkle in the game. But yeah. So the Thanos finally get the glove, and it's up to Tony. Tony look at Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange he holding up the one finger. Like it's so cool that the one finger is also he's holding up this damn tidal wave. But it's also can be the double meaning of like, yeah, remember it was 14 million to 1. He said earlier, well, was this the one you seen? If I tell you, it won't happen. And Doctor Strange know the whole time, yeah, you gotta die. Like, that's what you. So second viewing, you really hit like, oh, that's why you keep looking at him like that, Doc. You know.
You know what's going down.
You know what all the second and third viewings know. Tony's toast. And Tony get the glove, like he wipes it from freaking Thanos. Thanos says, "I am inevitable." Snap. Nothing. It's not working. You ain't got the stones, boss. You ain't got the stones, boss.
Stole the stones, boss. I'll get them back for you.
And then Tony said the trademark line that launched the goddamn universe into everything that it is. No one saw it coming. It kind of made the movie a hit because he was the first superhero to flip this in film. Fuck it. I'm Iron Man. And, dude, all these motherfuckers dust away. Yeah. Thanos don't get no final speech. He just sit down on his throne, on his toilet, in his disappointment.
Thanos sitting down on that shit like a Sunday afternoon. He's like fucking Lawrence Taylor.
That disgusted me.
What?
See him happy and at peace.
He wasn't really happy. Happy's debatable. At peace, yeah.
Happy is debatable. At peace, then.
Because the thing about Thanos, he just kind of.
Was that peace?
The only time he really gets mad is when he's really tested. Because even in this one, dog, like when he found out he dies, he wasn't even
pissed.
No. He wasn't pissed that he died to me. Because he was like, oh, they just mad because whoop-de-whoop. But no, he got pissed. He was like, see, normally, yo, it's not personal. He said it. It's not personal when I destroy motherfucking planets and shit. But I'm going to enjoy this.
Easier.
He said, this earth shit, you human motherfuckers.
Stubborn we are.
I'm going to enjoy the hell out of destroying y'all. Because it was interesting to see even the evolution of when his past self knows the future. And he says it like, a lot of people have been saying that he was more nuanced villain in Infinity War because he was on a balance shit. But I'm like, dog, don't take this away. When his past self realizes, he says it. You know what? It made no sense to keep half of y'all. Because as long as there's some niggas that remember, they going to want to fight me.
Well, no, nobody will ever accept what can be.
Right.
Like, you all can embrace this world where you're not overpopulated anymore. You can thrive now.
No, I got to destroy you, and y'all just got to
miss my son.
It almost make you wonder, like, nigga, on some Matrix shit, like, what if, like, okay, let's say for people that believe in God, like, right? What if we like the third tribe for real? Like, what if like God had Thanos previous, just you know what I'm saying? It's like, cause that's what Thanos was going for. If I wipe y'all all out, none of y'all gonna remember nothing but what the fuck I leave you. So I was like, damn, gods could do that. That's deep. So Tony do the snap and he died, dog. And it was such a sad moment, dog. Everybody crying. I mean, like quiet. Dog, my theater crying both times, crying. The Peter Parker moment with him, the Pepper Potts moment when she come back around. And I like how she held it together. Let him know in his last moments, we're going to be okay, Tony. You can rest now. Right. Shouts out to the top. And then she loses it once he dies. It's like,
But, bro, can I say something?
What up?
They held on his goddamn face just way too long. Unless his ass is about to pull a Deadpool, that was just too long for me, man.
I was good with it.
We get it.
I think he had the perfect stoic look because they almost let you feel like he's about to have a final word.
Half his face is charred.
Yeah, he's dead. He dead.
And he's not coming back.
Tony's
just
on.
gonna linger here for a little bit, just in case you thought he was coming back. We want you to. No.
Some kind of like something.
Hey, J.Steel, you still awake? She said that with her eyes closed, guys. That's why Marty laughing. Like, it's like, dude. I don't want to ask what the medication is, but since you're still with us a little bit, tell us how you felt about Tony dying.
Is she dreaming?
No.
We're the dream.
It's messed up because I hear everything y'all are saying and I keep replying, but it's not like coming out.
It's not audible.
Oh, that's why sometimes when I look at you, you're smiling with your eyes closed. She be laughing at some of the things we laughing at over there, but she ain't laughing. She just keeps smiling. I'm like, what's going on over here? She's having an amazing dream.
When Tony died, I cried my eyes out. I had a feeling it was coming because I was low-key dry spoiled about him dying. But I wasn't quite sure if it was gonna exactly go down that way or not. But oh gosh, when it actually happened, and then we kind of had a moment there where I was like, wait, did he just instantly die? Like, is this it? And where he sort of lingered for a moment, and I'm like, okay. I think they're gonna keep him alive. He's gonna survive, and then Tony's dead. And I think the next shot after that is.
Well, we really get the montage of how everybody else good because Tony dead. We get everybody crying about it. We get the nice little shot of Cap and Thor like crying about it, and then we see Hawkeye meet up with his family. He have that great embrace with all his family and his woman again. We got Black Panther with his mom. That got to be the easiest thing Angela Bassett ever had to do. Just show up in the end. The easiest check she ever got. You just show up in the end.
Look good and probably had a contract for that.
You know what I mean?
Contract.
Right fast. Got mad money, and then we go into the AI Tony, the fake Tony. Talking to, because he knew that if he died, he wanted to have a backup plan. And what's funny in the comics, at one point he dies and he has this it's not AI, hologram. That's the word I'm looking for. This hologram version of himself helping out the new Ironheart, which was Riri, the black chick, the black girl, this Iron Man.
Right. Yeah, I was looking into that, and like there's a whole bunch of hate for Riri.
I mean, she's black.
Is that why? Is that
gonna be
when Miles first came out, there was hate in his ass, and now they love him. It is what it is. But
that's true.
But
I remember that.
That's one backdoor way they could, if they ever wanted a future Robert Downey cameo, which won't happen for a long time. They could whip the hologram shit anytime they felt like it. Honestly, even though he's dead, and I know they gonna go back on his death. There's ways to at least cameo him like that.
Right.
And especially with the de-aging freaking shit, so even if he gets older looking, they can always de-age him to however they want him to look. That's what they're showing us in all of this.
Right.
Then we get to his actual funeral, and we see all these people. Once again, like, I did not realize that was a little boy from Iron Man 3, but, shouts out to them for paying off every piece of their universe.
It took me a second, but I just had to go back through my Rolodex. But yeah, it took me a minute before we switched back to back here to Nick Fury and Cap.
I hope Cap Marvel keeps the haircut from the comics, and because I like the cut.
You don't think she will?
I mean, I just hope that she does, because her movie she had the long hair. At the top of this movie she had the long hair. But I love the haircut from the comics, and I love I love the way the shortcut looks on her too. The actress, it looks good on her to me.
Fuck, you think she's gonna have like another period piece that happens like in between?
No, I think her next movie gonna be a direct sequel because we're gonna get Monica Rambeau. Remember, Monica Rambeau was a kid in the '90s. Now we even further in the future.
She's gonna be in the sequel.
That's what everybody's expecting because why put her mama in the first one?
If you weren't gonna care.
If you ain't gonna care, and you have her being a little girl in the first one.
So now she's good.
So now we're in the future, and even they're in a different future from us. They're in 2023.
Okay.
You hear me? So it's gonna be pretty cool, dog. We already spoke about how Thor leaves with the Guardians of the Galaxy, the very funny ass scene. I loved, because I forgot that Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch made that connection in one of those films. So when they had that moment together with Hawkeye's talking about he wished Black Widow could see this, and she talking about she know that Black Widow and Vision seeing this shit. I was like, oh, I forgot he saved her from the situation, and them two actually got a bond. Hawkeye and Black Widow. I think it was Agent Ultron, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Because like his brother, the one who died, her brother, who died, saves Hawkeye.
So that had to be in Civil War. Then that's when they got that bond. That's when it happened because Vision was with her or some shit.
Yeah, Vision and her were like living in the same remember they were living in the Avengers quarters or whatever.
Yeah.
Together, and he had to sort of like
save her because she didn't know that she was being watched technically because that's when her Vision first started getting popping, which makes me wonder like how you gonna do the WandaVision little Netflix show that you want to do with Vision dead. I guess you're gonna figure out a way for him to come back because that's one of the TV shows on Netflix. Hawkeye getting a TV, Wanda and Vision getting a TV show, Hawkeye's getting a TV show, Loki's getting a TV show. And the Falcon and Bucky TV show, we not got to that moment yet, but that's gotten a lot more interesting given this movie, though, honestly. But before we get to that moment, because your face making faces, we talked about Thor, and then we talked. Oh, Jon Favreau, Happy Hogan, and his daughter with the cheeseburgers. We covered it a little bit, but the pointed thing about it for me was he's the director of Iron Man 1, so for him to be talking to the daughter of Tony, of the character, because him and Robert Downey are the reason why this shit exists. If Jon Favreau would have dropped the ball, we'd had a problem. So just seeing him as Happy Hogan chilling with the daughter, I want to say it's a different word I keep wanting to use, but I can't think of it. But you know what I mean, what's left of Tony Stark, and they have just that together. I loved it. It was meta.
I also want to give him the top of the hat off to him for genius putting himself in the movie as well.
Oh, from the very beginning?
From the very fucking beginning.
And as a beloved character from the comics, so it was like, yeah.
That's Happy Hogan.
I'm always getting checks.
So always getting checks, and guess what? I'm going to show up even though he's gone. Guess what? Guess where you're going to see me next?
Spider-Man
Homecoming, baby.
Yep.
Boom. Because guess who's about to start smashing Aunt May?
Yep, I saw that. See, so, because the thing is, he only directed the first two, but they still incorporated him into part 3 with a new director because, like you said, he put himself in the movie. Smart guy. Yeah. And once again, and that still allowed for that scene to happen. So, really glad that happened. So I think they wrapped up everything they wanted to wrap up, and then we get to these final scene with Hulk and Steve and Bucky. And like I said, Bucky knew. So when Cap left with all the stones, with Mjolnir and stuff, and he come back, and then we have this moment with Sam and old Cap. How you felt? Because you was making faces. What up?
Oh, old Cap. I don't know if I want.
We made it to the end, J.Steel. We're talking about the last scene with old Cap and Falcon. What you saying?
Oh, no, I have no problem with, passing the torch because, of course, this is in the comics.
Yeah. And I'm always applaud. The storyline with Falcon is Captain America is one of my favorite storylines in comics, dog.
Awesome.
They wrote that comic so well. That's why, even though I'm not always I'm not always the biggest fan of Anthony Mackie as Falcon in these series.
Yeah.
He kind of bland at times.
That's kind of what it is. Okay, so
but
all right, you said it first.
Yeah, but he has good chemistry with Bucky because that's the thing that brought his character out a lot of times. The little funny moments he had with Bucky in Civil War and shit. Okay. You hear me? But he
has more chemistry with Chris
he has comedic chemistry with Bucky. He has brothership. You could feel like the friendship between him and Cap, the bond between him and Cap. That's why when Cap hands him over the shield, it's not that far fetched. But like I said, how'd you feel when you saw old Cap?
I felt like I don't know. I just kind of everything. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. It's like I wonder what happened off screen or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened in the meantime.
Yeah.
Like what brought him to that moment. But it was cool. I thought they were gonna kill Cap versus him just sort of growing old, and that was sort of his way of.
So you thought Cap was gonna die instead of Tony?
I thought I was kind of betting on both of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my money was on both of them dying. But the fact that it seemed like we got to the end and it wasn't gonna be a thing, I thought it interesting. It's like, okay, well, cool. We can. He's been toying with this. He's been trolling us all this time, and he's been like, oh, this has been fun, guys. I had a great time. This is my last one.
It's about Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Evans. So, because he's been saying that for like the last couple months, years, really. I think like the last year or so. So, for him not to die in the big battle, I was just like, oh man, he's been trolling us. He's really gonna stick around. And then this happens. I'm like, oh, okay, this is how you go out. I mean, this is as poetic, I think, as dying in battle. So I think this was a cool way to go too. And then you gotta pass the torch, and it's officially being done on film.
Yeah. Of
the shield being passed on to Sam or Falcon. So I think that's dope as well. So it's like I accept both of these things. It was cool closure.
And it gives it a different element. Even in the comics, Falcon ain't a super soldier. So him, I love the way that both Chris Evans and Anthony Mackie played that scene. You know what I mean? Like, whatever misgivings you might have for Falcon previously, the way Anthony Mackie played that scene when he's given the shield, he looks at it and they ask him, and he's so proud, but he's like, man, it feels like it's not mine. And that's one of the things that's going on with that character, even in the comics, trying to live up to super soldier Captain America. I'm this black guy and he's shitting on me, but I'm trying my best. And you get so much of that from, like I said, Anthony Mackie won me over, particularly in this movie, in that scene. And Chris Evans playing old Cap. He had the perfect mannerisms, amazing CGI and actual prosthetics. Marvel killing it. From far away for a second, I thought he was going to be small in him, like from the first Cap movie. But once again, in the comics, there's a point where he lost the super serum. He was an old man, and he was just advising Sam as the new Captain America. And, once again, Tommy Wiseau shit, if y'all ever felt like going back and flipping it, but I really think that Chris Evans and Robert Downey is handing it over to the next generation. It's gonna be interesting to see where that goes. But it was like you said, it was poetic. Like Cap finally get a W. I mean, he been holding so much on his shoulders as Captain America for like so long that it was cool that he got the happy ending and everything still standing. He did.
Yeah, I mean, he was an 80-year-old virgin.
That's
terrible.
Oh, it is terrible.
That's the least y'all could have did.
He said, I'm gonna keep that to myself with me and my girl, man. Yeah. It was just beautiful. Like you said, I like that they passed the mantle to Falcon. And like I said, that him and Bucky's show now is different. It's Captain America and Bucky. Some people was mad that Bucky didn't get it because technically in comics he was the second Captain America. But like, man,
I mean, Bucky was a goddamn national terrorist.
Right. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Not this America world. Doesn't want him.
Sam has always been a respected cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Because Funny Cap met him doing the same thing Cap was doing in this movie, like helping vets, rehabilitating stuff or something. Remember the circle? And like he was like the same type of circle Cap was running at the top of this movie, helping people get over the decimation or whatever. That's what Sam used to do. It was like a callback to that. He was like, he's always been a good guy, but without the power, it's about to be cool to see. Hey, ENDGAME, man. ENDGAME, it was just like final thoughts. J.Steel, you here? Wake up. How'd you feel about saying old Cap 1 minute before we get out here?
That scene in particular was very heartbreaking for me because at first I thought maybe he's stuck, maybe something is going wrong, and then we're going to kind of leave it here. But when I saw the person sitting over there, at first I thought it was a child, and I was like, oh shit, like he's going to remain a child. But I had a feeling, just because there were several references a few times to him missing, I forgot her name, his love interest. Peggy from the previous movie. So it made sense that he has this opportunity to go back, that he would go back and stop. So I thought it was just a really sweet moment, and I was about to cry all over again when he then said, I'm about to pass it over to Sam. That was a big moment for me because I'm like, I immediately was like, oh girl, we about to have a black Captain America.
Real, right?
Like that was my whole thought. Like, oh, is this happening?
Yeah.
So it was it was sad. It was definitely a sad, surprising moment because I didn't see that coming. Like, oh, Captain America is gone. But yeah.
I was like, take that, you racist nerds. Because, whenever something different happens, if a woman does something great or a black person of color does something great, it's always this pocket of nerddom with these white motherfuckers. Me, so mad. Yeah, be mad. On film, black Captain America, niggas.
They did it. It's real.
Now, what kind of weird shit did Rocket do to get that the red stone? Because remember, it was sludge in Dark World, and it went inside of Natalie Portman's body, and Rocket had to do some extraction shit.
What did he do?
Ew.
You know he stabbed her, right?
Okay, I'm gonna take stab. I hope stab was the deal. He's still fucked up. Shouts out to Natalie Portman for making a little cameo scene because she said she was done with all these films.
Oh, they said that
they use old footage.
No, so they superimposed from a deleted scene onto another actress. So it's her face CGI'd onto another actress's face from a deleted scene in Dark World.
They keep doing crazy shit because at the end of Dark World too, where Thor is making out with her in the credits, she couldn't make that. So so Chris Hemsworth is really making out with his real wife, who's a brunette too. Asking if you look at it, you never see her face. Like Natalie Portman couldn't make that last scene, so it's trippy. Like
interesting.
Little Natalie Portman, I got other shit to do. Facts. But she went to the red carpet of this film though. Yeah. So that still was cool. And of course, there's no end credits in this film. There's just this final scene. There's this final in black. You can hear Tony Stark playing in when he tried to get out of that cave when he made his first Iron Man suit. Yeah. If you stay to the end of the credits, they have that last clanking, and that's that's Endgame. And it's not. And Spider-Man actually ends Phase 3 apparently, because Spider-Man next movie trippy, right? Endgame's at the end of this phase. Spider-Man Far From Home is the end of this phase because it's the aftermath of Endgame through the lens of Spidey and them. Because this fucked me up when I first saw the movie. I was like, wait, bruh, how his partner still in school? But no, they said his whole class got zapped. They all got snapped. The whole Spider-Man universe got snapped. So they're all coming back 5 years later together. So no one really lost time. Okay. Convenient.
Yeah.
Convenient.
But okay.
Well, I'll take it. At least they're aware.
At least, yeah. It could be worse. They could not be aware.
And I understand that where, no, some of these niggas shouldn't be in school no more.
Yeah.
But
no. But it's yeah, okay.
And that's Endgame, dog. Like, how was your final thoughts, man? How you felt about Endgame? Did it live up to the hype for you, man?
Yes it did.
Oh, you're awake again.
I've always been awake.
Sure.
She's always been here.
It did live up to the hype for me. I was wondering how it would fit or how everything would work with a 3-hour runtime.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some movies that take the blessing of a long runtime and completely fuck it up. So I was curious to see how they would do it, and it didn't feel like 3 hours. It felt like there was so much that was happening and going on, and all kind of little things that you pick up on from the other movies, and just all kinds of little pieces being readdressed and retied, that there were no slow parts for me. I do feel like the first 30 minutes of the movie was just kind of like, get why it's here, but I mean, maybe it didn't need to be there. But overall, it was a wonderful movie. I loved it. And it just feels so weird feeling like this is the end of an era. Like, still waiting for okay, what's next?
I mean, we got Guardians of the Galaxy 3 going to start shooting next year. Black Panther 2 is being written. Doctor Strange 2 is being written. So, the new generation is coming. But like you said, it's the end of the era.
It's the end of an era, yeah.
And this is our, it's like Star Wars, because we wasn't alive for that shit for real. But how Star Wars hit the game, how Star Trek hit the game, how nerddom. This was our nerddom situation. We were 50 and 60, and that bitch is deep. We gonna be like, nah, man. We remember when this bitch first came in, and remember when this bitch first had its first big ending. Because by that point, they gonna have a few. But Endgame is, this is a triumph in cinema to me. They really need to get the accolades for even pulling something like this off. I feel like it's a messy movie. It's not messy. I feel like it's not a perfect movie. Mm-hmm. Right. There are some flaws if you want to pick at it. But I feel like any nitpick you could come with is so unnecessary for what this movie had to do and what it did pull off.
Right.
It is not. This was a juggling act times a million. And dude, even if some people let's say Infinity War technically is a better movie, this movie emotionally is a more affecting movie.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's perfect cap off. I can't give it number praise. Imperfect or not, there ain't gonna be no perfect movie anyway. We talking comics. What you saying, Marty?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you could sort of nitpick and break down any movie in that degree, but this, is a perfect cap off. People complained about it being too fan servie, but I enjoyed every minute of it. I soaked it up, like in terms of my personal experience.
I think that's a dumb ass problem.
Yeah.
I'm mad because it tried to serve fans too. Well, what the fuck? We're buying it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
we're spending our damn money.
This is exactly what I want. So I mean, they're not gonna hear a disparaging word from me for doing that. I enjoyed every little bit of it. I enjoyed Lil Man showing up from freaking Iron Man 3. Even though it took me a little bit, I didn't immediately recognize him. It took me a second. You know what I'm saying? But at least, he's still on screen when I realized, oh yeah, that's you. Just older. Okay, cool. Because I'm like, who the hell else could he be? The kid. Got it. Alright, so, but still, like every single thing, like Cap getting in that elevator, like, going back to the first time, the Russo brothers directed a Marvel film. Just like this, I don't know, man, just everything, man. I enjoyed the whole thing. It was, I can't give it a full 5. Me and my lady, we like to give like ratings from like 0 to 5. I can't give it a full 5.
Why?
Okay, see, you told me not to think about some of my questions, but I can't think of them now on the spot. But there was just a couple things where I was just kind of like, well, we didn't quite really explain this, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, you know what I would have liked? I would have liked an explanation on like the Asgardians, because they never really explained in the movie, unless I'm wrong. Like, remind me if I am, how the Asgardians sort of got spirited away and Valkyrie and them, sort of, I guess, went off somewhere after.
In Thor 3, they brought them motherfuckers down.
So in Thor 3, they all got on the same ship.
I remember your boy, his dad said this is the spot that we're going to be at. So I just took it as some people made it, some people didn't. Yeah, man, and went from there, dog.
Okay.
Because here's another thing, too, that I got to give this movie.
Mm-hmm.
If like, some things I understand is like plot holes, whatever. But it couldn't take the time to explain everything in this 3-hour runtime. So some things you just got. That's why I said, I said on the technical end, I know it's not a perfect movie, dog, but for what it had to pull off and what it did do in 3 hours, like,
yeah,
there's nothing else. I understand what you're saying, but it's like, what she's gonna say that at? What was gonna show that at, bro? Like, certain things when people start nitpicking, I'm like, the only thing that you could really try to nitpick is time travel, but that's in any time travel movie you ever watch. If you try to think too hard about the time travel mechanism and just don't go with it, dog. That's why I don't fuck with time travel myself. I love watching time travel movies, but you'll never get me writing one because I get a headache. Because I just get a headache, dog. You can go nuts trying to figure out a time travel storyline. But yeah, man. Anything else, sir? Aside from your "it's not a 5" fuckery. He's gonna change that eventually, guys. Because he didn't like Black Panther or Black Dynamite, so he might eventually like ENDGAME. Marty don't like ENDGAME. Marty don't like ENDGAME. Marty don't like ENDGAME.
No, that's not it at all, man. I honestly, I was sitting there.
Here we go.
See,
she woke up for this.
She woke up for this just to give me some shit. All right, so I'm sitting there in the second viewing, and I'm just like, did I really need to come to the second viewing? Did I really need to? And then by the time we're getting to the final battle, at least not the final battle, but like when Iron Man or Tony goes to Cap and he's like, "You lose this again, I'm keeping it," or whatever. And then they walk out, and old boy like, "I don't give a fuck neither." Like, everybody's like, "I don't give a fuck. Let's get his ass. Let's
jump
get Thanos. Let's jump."
Yeah, you gonna jump this nigga? Look.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Where was I going with that?
I don't know. You about to go somewhere negative because you're using it to nitpick.
Was I using it to nitpick?
Yeah, that's why me and J.Steel said, okay, let's hear him.
Oh no,
try to
that's what I was
hate
going
on
with that.
ENDGAME.
Okay. by the time I got there, I felt like, nah, this was worth it. This was worth it. The whole.
So you said on your second viewing, you didn't realize it was worth it until it was about to jump Thanos in the last 40 minutes of a 3-hour movie.
I didn't actively. No,
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
Like, when are you gonna just get naked, walk outside, and let us throw tomatoes at you?
Shame. Somebody, yeah, right? Yeah.
Shame.
Shame. With the bell. That's, yeah, okay, sure. It'll happen. It's got to be Raheem with the bell.
I agree.
Marty don't like ENDGAME. Marty don't like Black Panther.
That is such a lie.
Marty don't like Black Panther.
I love Black Panther. Come on, I thought we rectified it.
Yeah, you did. We did rectify it, but it's gonna be like that with ENDGAME. He don't like ENDGAME, y'all. But it's cool. It's fine. You can't satisfy them all. We gotta get up out here, y'all. This is that actor guy, Mr. Bats in the building. As usual, like I said at the top, hit us up at flywithbats@gmail.com. We want you to be part of that conversation. Hit us up at reviewingdat@gmail.com. You refer it, we review it, even if Marty don't like good things.
It has very poor taste.
Oh no.
Yes, even if Marty has very poor taste, we still gonna review it. We gonna talk our shit. We gonna comment. We gonna rib. Either way, we gonna have fun. And sometimes we gonna sleep, like Jay. Jay got a good little nap. So tell them where to find you at with your napping ass.
I don't know where you can find me, but sometimes I'm on Instagram at @J.Steel_. Also on my little Facebook at Jessica Elizabeth Johnson. Also, you can find me on the Misbelief Radio Show podcast at TheMisbelief on Instagram. And also catch me on my food blog at Fat Girl Nola.
Woo! And you can catch me, your favorite host, Marty, MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat.
Shame.
Yeah. Outside of shame with an exclamation point. You can go to lowratepictures.com, click on the Your30 tab where I co-host the show there with, what's his name?
Black Actorpedia.
The Black Actorpedia. Called Your30 with Marty and Black Actorpedia. Check it out.
Your30, baby. Yeah. Baby. Hey, we ain't got nothing else to say, man. Till next round. Like, hey,
End time is coming.
We gonna do End Time? We gonna probably do End Time?
End Time, okay.
We gonna do End Time. Oh, hello.
You got a copy?
I'm gonna get it right now. I'm gonna do that right now. What's another big movie coming? Is there nothing else big coming?
John Wick.
Oh yeah, we ain't watched John Wick yet.
No, it's not watch John Wick.
Yeah, we gonna get to. But I mean, we still got.
There's nothing else big coming up in there.
Well, Spider-Man's coming, Lion King's coming, Aladdin's coming. We got a bunch of things coming. We got it's the summer going. Bad Boys coming. Well, no, not this year summer. But what you think about?
There's something else big I thought was
Toy
coming.
Story? No.
Nah, not Toy Story.
I mean, it's gonna come for us. We gonna figure it out. But till next round, y'all.
Yeah. Peace.
Do